The hell are you supposed to be? I'm vengeance.
Oh, what's up? What's up, AWR Warrior, man? Welcome on a Sunday, beautiful Sunday, hot Sunday, actually, very, really hot. Hot Sunday from where I am. Oh, I'm sorry, a little itchy. Wearing a Deadpool shirt. Oh, I hope you're all enjoying your Sunday. I really am. I really am. I really am. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. I had a decent Sunday. All right, man. All right, all right, all right. Welcome to Looking Back in anticipation of Deadpool Wolverine, which comes out very, very soon this month. About 3 weeks away from Deadpool Wolverine, coming out in theaters and the theaters near you. Wolverine and Deadpool gonna team up, and so part of the series that I'm doing is looking back on the road to Deadpool and Wolverine. Last few looking backs were some of the X-Men movies. Okay. The first ones were the first three movies. Within First Class and Days of Future Past. No, the Logan movies. Last week were Days of Future Past and First Class. Tonight, this is tonight. Something a little more, I guess, in my opinion, not less exciting. We're talking about the last two X-Men movies, some of the worst comic book movies there are. We're talking about X-Men Apocalypse, Rise of Apocalypse, and X-Men Dark Phoenix. 2016 and 2019. Yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So, before we get into that, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and yeah, do all that, please. I really, really appreciate it. All right. All right, that's good, man. All right. All right. These movies, yeah. I'm just going to say it in a nutshell. These movies were horrible. These movies sucked. Really, really sucked. Apocalypse sucked. The villain Apocalypse sucked. Dark Phoenix was even worse than Apocalypse, much worse than Apocalypse. That's a fact. Man. Good thing the MCU has their hands on X-Men again, right? Oof. Man, because if they didn't, if they didn't acquire the Fox rights, who knows what kind of X-Men we would get? Would it be good or bad? Who knows? But boy, those last two X-Men movies. I'm not counting New Mutants. I mean the last two, Future Past and Apocalypse. They were horrible, really, really bad. Just a second, guys. There we go. There we go. Man, I sent the invitations. Okay, I gotta do something first. There we go. Got what I had to do. I put my headset on. Okay. I don't have my headset on, but so that's why I'm gonna put it on. And I'm gonna put this banner on. And we're gonna talk about these movies. All right. So let's talk about these movies as best as we can. going into this, going into this movie, 2016 Apocalypse, especially Apocalypse, I was hyped because the last two X-Men movies I liked, right? Love the Days of Future Past. Also, 2016, I was excited because that was going to be a big comic book movie year. I mean, look at the film comic book movies that came out in 2016. BVS, Captain America Civil War, Deadpool, Suicide Squad, Doctor Strange, and this, X-Men. Look at that. Look at the names of those titles that were coming out in 2016. You'd be excited too. You'd be hyped. Especially if you're a huge comic book fan that love the movies. Okay? But that was not the case, especially. That was not the case. Most of us were let down in 2016. Okay? Most of us. Maybe some of you liked everything that came out in 2016. I don't know. Maybe some of you liked the comic book films more comic book films than I liked in 2016. It's possible. But let's continue on this, guys. Let's continue on. So okay. Apocalypse. Apocalypse. Casting. Oscar Isaac was cast as Apocalypse. The villain of Apocalypse was Apocalypse. Okay. Oscar Isaac took the one Apocalypse, and he did look like Ivan Ooze from the Power Rangers movie. If you've seen the Power Rangers movie, you know who I'm talking about. He did look like Ivan Ooze, and people were memeing on that, and also making that comparison that he looked like Ivan Ooze. And like, what is this? What's Ivan Ooze doing in Age of Apocalypse? And then he got some, it was kind of a Age of Apocalypse introduced kind of the newer X-Men we're all familiar with. Instead of just Beast, Mystique, with all that, they introduced us to more of the core X-Men and Apocalypse. No Wolverine. No Wolverine. Shut up, Red. No Wolverine. Right? Wolverine made a cameo, but it wasn't Wolverine. But we got introduced to the some of the X-Men we're familiar with, like Cyclops. We got Cyclops, young Jean Grey. We got Nightcrawler. I think we had Jubilee. We got introduced to Storm, but Storm in this movie and other familiar X-Men characters, not directly with the X-Men, but in the X-Men world. Like we got Psylocke. We're introduced to Psylocke. We're introduced to Angel, and I think that might be it. I can't think of who else. I mean, yeah, Havoc came back. Oh, Stryker. I think we got Stryker. We got introduced to Stryker, a younger version of Stryker, maybe. Oh yeah, and also Quicksilver came back for this film. For this film. Ah, I remember now. All right. Oh, relax, man. nighttime. I don't have time for this. All right. I know he's joking. He doesn't care, guys. Where is my team? Hey, I'm gonna invite some people. No, I'm gonna. This, this is not wrestling, guys. Ah. All right, I'm back. I'm back. All right. Okay. I did not like this movie. Yo, Degrassi, if you want to come in and talk about these two movies, stuff that not like, you could come in. I invited you here. Um, man, oh, especially Dark Phoenix, man. Dark Phoenix put me to sleep. Most. Oh, excuse me, but man, I was so disappointed in Age of Apocalypse. I was hyped for that movie, man. I was really excited for that movie, Age of Apocalypse. I'm like, we're finally get to see Apocalypse on the big screen. How how big of a deal? How big of a threat is he gonna be? Big of a threat. Make a deal. And we saw what he looked like. We saw when he finally revealed what he looked like. He looked like fucking Ivan Ooze. He looked like fucking Ivan Ooze on the '95 Power Rangers movie. Did not look like Apocalypse. Okay, look at this. Let's get a comparison. Let's get a freaking comparison, okay? A comparison. Olivia Munn. Well, the thing is, I don't think she's a miscast because they really did make Psylocke. All she was that's. Hey, what do you think I'm doing, man? You think I'm being nice? You can come on. You can come on shit on them if you want. You're free to do that, man. That's what we're here for. Yeah, Psylocke's supposed to be British. I don't think it's not. It's the mean. It's not. It's not Olivia Munn. It's just that Psylocke was just there to look hot. She look. I mean, look. Olivia Munn looked hot in Psylocke costume, but that's it. She's just a four horse woman. But there was no character to her. There was nothing like. She really meant nothing. She was just there to be one of the horsewomen, right? Or horsemen of the apocalypse. But look at this. Look at this. Let's see the comparison between Apocalypse and Ivan News. Okay. Oscar Isaacs, Oscar Isaac. I do not like this Apocalypse. Okay. I do not like that Apocalypse. And look, it looks like if Apocalypse transform into like in Dragon Ball Z, we know how there's all the transformations. If Apocalypse transform, he bursts into this. This is what we become. The Rock's apparently Apocalypse. Oh yeah. The Rock is apparently Apocalypse. Okay, yeah, right, yeah. The Rock is gonna be Apocalypse. Yeah, Dark Phoenix is worse than Apocalypse. Really, really bad. It is worse than Apocalypse. I hope. I hope when the MCU does Apocalypse, it looks more. It looks more like the comic book animated series version of Apocalypse. Shut up. The hierarchy of power in MCU will change. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. This movie, all right, and this movie. Oh yeah, this was worse than the last time. Yeah, Dark Phoenix. You're not to come on shit on it, man. These are bad movies. That's we hold no. We're not throwing no punches here, man. We're letting it all out. Okay, we're gonna let it all out, man. And this had a solid cast. And we found out when Xavier lost his hair in this film. When Xavier went bald. We know why Xavier went bald. Because Apocalypse is trying to steal his ability. Because Apocalypse tries to steal people mutants is different mutants is powers in the show. It better, man. Right? But that's and for him to take what Apocalypse take from Xavier. Xavier had to go bald, so we know he had to brave him bald. Um, we've got Magneto, who's living solitude life, like in Russia or somewhere. Has a family now, has a daughter and a wife. Where he's living in a quiet life. They get killed, and Magneto, the classic Magneto, can't catch a break. Can't catch a break. Aligns himself with Apocalypse, and then you got like Quicksilver, Evan Pierce's character, Peter, like I what's you worked with Magneto, right? And Mystique's like, yeah. It's like, what is he like? And Mystique's like, and um, and he revealed that, yeah, he's my father. He's like, he's my father, and I'm like, why did you say that? Why did you say that X-Men 90 in X-Men Apocalypse? Why in Apocalypse? But you didn't say that in Days of Future Past when they went back in time. Like they didn't even mention who Peter's father was. They just mentioned his father left him or something, left his mother. They didn't even mention who the father was. And I would think if the plan was eventually have Magneto as his father, they should have mentioned something in that. They should at least give us a little bit of a hint. And also, I want to know why in Days of Future Past, Magneto fell in love with a normal girl and had a normal family there in America, gave birth to Peter. Also, if you remember Days of Future Past, Pietro had a sister, a younger sister. No, it's not Wanda. Nope, not Maximoff. That sister's not important at all because she was just there when Wolverine and Xavier and Beast went to visit Pietro's home. So it's not Wanda. It's anything. You know the difference between the the two franchises and the MCU and the Fox at the time. There were two separate things till now, right? And I just they didn't really explain anything about that. How Magneto's backstory there with Pietro, and in this film, he gets so close to telling Magneto that he is his son. I assume Magneto left the mother before he gave birth. The mother gave birth to Magneto, to the Pietro or Peter, and also that his sister is only a half sister. It's not Magneto's daughter. It's a half. I assume Peter's mother married another man, or not, and had a daughter with another man. Because if you know the comics, Magneto doesn't find out that he has kids. Well, before they kind of decided to make the twins not his kids, but when they were his kids, he did not find out that they were his children until later on. He did not know they were his kids until later on. The only child he knew that was that his kid was Lorna Dane. He didn't know the twins were his kids until later on. Also, but yeah, but whatever. That's a I guess it's kind of a plot hole. He didn't even get to the point where he was able to get it out, to let it out that he is the son of Magneto in this film. And I need Blinded to come on. Come on, Blind. Come on, Red. I need not Red. Red, tell me more stuff. Come on, Degrassi. You can come on and shit on these films. I like. Feel free to shit on these films. Also, the thing I do like about Apocalypse. I do like the idea that Apocalypse was considered the first ever mutant on Earth, and in this world, in the Fox world, that he was considered he made himself pretend to be a god, but a fearful tyrant, like a tyrant, a warlord kind of god, right? Where he rules with an iron fist and the four horsemen of the apocalypse. I like the idea. Um, come on, George. Come on, George, please, please. I do like the idea that that's how apocalypse came to be. His backstory, but then everything else, everything else fell apart. Okay, where's my little buddy Blinded? Where's our Blinded? Where's our little mascot Blind Braille mascot? Also, it's really also yeah. Havoc dies. Havoc dies. Havoc's the one that brings his brother Scott to the school, and Havoc dies. Dies. Nightcrawler once again. No relation to Mystique. No relation to Mystique. Nothing there. Oh yeah, Angel died. Angel died in this film. They weren't able to. They were not able to get. They were not able to unbrainwash him from Apocalypse's control. But Magneto was able to. Well, Magneto. The thing is, Magneto. The thing is, Magneto wasn't really under Apocalypse's control, right? He kind of not volunteered, but decided to align himself as one of maybe his top horsemen. But he wasn't. He didn't really let himself control like Angel, Psylocke, and Storm. And the Psylocke after Apocalypse was defeated, Angel was dead. Storm went with the X-Men. Psylocke just walked away like nothing happened, and never to be seen again. She was just like, "Oh, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm gone. See you later, guys. I will be doing this one film." Bye. Yeah, there we go. We got Blinded here. Yeah. Are you
What's
excited
up? What's up?
tonight?
Well, I never saw Dark Phoenix, so I have no interest in watching Dark Phoenix ever. It's just
Oh,
such a
it's a trashy movie, trust me.
yeah, it's a bad movie. I mean, Apocalypse is the reason why I don't want to see Dark Phoenix.
Apocalypse. Oh yeah, Apocalypse was really really bad. Dark Phoenix is a different
Yeah.
level of bad. Okay, like it's a whole new level of bad. Um, Apocalypse, the Apocalypse has some good stuff in it. Like there's some stuff you can actually find that's actually good in it. There's
Yeah.
some
I mean, I like the Wolverine Weapon X stuff.
cameo. I
Yeah.
I do like this Quicksilver when he saves the people in the mansion building,
Yeah, in the mansion, yes.
right? I like that. Uh, I do like the beginning how they make Apocalypse like seem as a god, because like first mutant. He's like considering the movie he's a first mutant. So I guess yeah, he would play around. He pretend and fool everybody that he's a god, even though he technically
Right.
wasn't. Right? I do like that idea because that to me sounds like Apocalypse perfectly from comics or TV show, whatever. But everything else is just that the look of Apocalypse. Look at this. Just take a look at this. This is Apocalypse now. If he transformed into some, if he had another transformation, this would be it.
Oh God.
Or maybe the other
Oh
way around.
man. Where's that from? Wait, where's that
That's
from?
Power Rangers 1995.
Oh man.
You did you see that movie 95 Power Rangers blinded?
No, no. I never I mean, as a kid I watched a couple of Power Rangers, but
Have you, George?
No, that I didn't grow up on that Power Rangers. I grew up on like the 2000s Power Rangers. I think that,
yeah,
that was that was
same.
my sister's Power Rangers growing up.
Yeah, I grew up on the original Power Rangers. Yeah, this is Ivan Ooze from the 1995 movie.
But like, here's the thing, like, yeah, I mean that's like 1995. Like, you can give a pass to that. You can't give a pass to what
The thing
Apocalypse looked like in 2016, the
Yeah,
mid
the thing
2010s.
Yeah,
is-
that was
the thing is,
just
Power Rangers. I'm not surprised. You can give a pass to the Power Rangers because Power Rangers is cheesy, man. Power
Yeah,
Rangers
that,
is
that,
cheesy.
that- that's
Yeah.
another thing. Like, I mean, this isn't like X-Men in the 90s where maybe you can get away with
You're not-
cheese.
You're not gonna get good acting, or you're not gonna get away with characters looking great in Power Rangers. That's the
I
whole
mean,
Power
here's the
Rangers
thing.
movie.
You're basically, this is basically the sequel to X-Men Days of Future Past, which was a pretty serious and dark X-Men movie. And all of a
Yes.
sudden, you go from having this serious, pretty dark X-Men movie to having this corny looking villain.
The thing is, they try to make this very serious with Magneto's arc in this because he lost. And that tragedy strikes Magneto. Nothing could go his way in this movie with his daughter, and his wife. Nothing goes his way. It always happens to Magneto. Nothing goes his way. It's so weird. Like Magneto's like, how, how the connection? They never explained the connection between his fault. How the Quicksilver ever explained how Magneto met his mother ever?
no.
Because he totally walked down on him. Magneto walked down on the mother, right?
Yeah, I always forget
He's
they
just-
did that in these movies. I mean, what was the point? It just the age gap doesn't even make sense.
No. Where Days of Future Past was what? 60s, 70s,
70s, because
Yeah.
Vietnam ended. So mid
Okay.
mid 70s, mid 70s.
and this was 80s, right?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one was in the 80s.
I don't know when specifically in the 80s, but I know Days of Future Past. So Days of Future Past was like the end of the Vietnam War, so that's like the mid 70s. First Class was like the beginning of the 60s because of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
This, like, the interesting thing is there's really no Cold War event that really ties into this movie as well. I mean, I get it. The 80s is kind of the end, but like you have the Soviets versus the Afghanis, like it's kind of interesting that there's no Cold War tie-in with this one, where the other two there was.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying every movie in this X-Men franchise has to have that, but I feel
Well,
like
there
that's
is-
that's kind of why this movie lost a bit of flavor compared to the other two.
There was no really politics involved. This wasn't. They got away
No.
from the mutants versus humans in this movie, in the last two movies, right? The first
But-
two
but-
movies were about humans versus mutants.
But I feel like
Politics.
with how Days of Future Past ended, where the mutants were starting to be seen in a better light after one of them saved the president.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess
Well-
it makes sense that there's really
Magneto
no.
said he was saving the president. Remember, he got arrested. They thought he was going to try to assassinate the president, but he said he was.
Well, that was
saving the
Kennedy.
president.
That was Kennedy in the
Right.
60s.
Yeah.
Like
I
here,
remember.
like it's actually shown that Mystique actually saved the president.
Yeah. Here's Here's a weird, like they're able to like Magneto. They're able to capture Magneto. I wonder who was able to capture Magneto in Days of Future Past. I mean, Magneto's a very powerful mutant. Maybe it wasn't as powerful
Hmm.
as
Unless Magneto decided to surrender
yeah,
out of respect to the president he was trying to save.
yeah. Like
I don't know. I don't know.
and then Magneto just decided, I guess it's Russia, Soviet. I don't know what country it was. Some European country where in the middle, in the middle of like a small town where they, he decided he's kind of solitude, right? And he formed a family, try to have a quiet life. But tragedy strikes Magneto again.
See, the thing is with this movie, this is one of the weirdest comic book movies for me because it's like I don't dislike it, but I don't like it that much because on one hand, there's some stuff in this movie that I did like. I like the Weapon X stuff. I like the Quicksilver scene. I like that we're starting that they're incorporating other main X-Men characters into the franchise, like Cyclops, Jean Grey. But it also just feels like this is. It felt like they were starting to get bored with the franchise. And the thing is, how
Yeah.
do you start getting bored when all of a sudden you're on the rise with the franchise once again? After X-Men Origins Wolverine, you had a very good X-Men First Class movie. While the Wolverine isn't the most beloved movie, it was considered way better than Origins Wolverine and a step in the right direction. Days of Future Past was loved by many. Deadpool came out months earlier and was loved by many. It's
Mm-hmm.
just how do you go from having these like having this winning streak after X-Men Origins Wolverine and then just
Spoilers.
like not going anywhere with it.
I think I mean, they were trying to build up something. It's just the plot line seemed to not materialize. I mean, they were supposed to be setting up Mr. Sinister and the cloning and everything,
They
but
did that, yeah.
that
There was
just
supposed to.
all
That's
yeah,
like
and even
Christopher
I
Eccleston,
think
yeah.
wasn't John Hamm supposed to play Mr. Sinister and New
That's
Mutants, and
rumored.
then they cut that out. No, I
Yeah.
think that was confirmed. I think they confirmed
Oh.
that. Yeah, and then
The
he
thing
got
is,
cut out.
Apocalypse should have been like 2 movies. Like it's just, but like, Apocalypse to
This
me,
this this probably could have been. They probably could have also if they split into two movies, filmed it back to back.
yeah. The thing is,
Yeah.
Apocalypse, like, I hope that, like Apocalypse should not be to me when MCU gets ever the chance in Apocalypse. Apocalypse to me should not be a one movie villain or one show villain. He's like to me, he's like a Thanos. He's like a Thanos level threat, a Doctor Doom level threat, a Kang level threat. He's one of the big. There's like certain
Yeah, he's a
villains.
big villain.
Yeah, a big villain, right? He's arguably one of the most powerful mutants, right? Out there, right? Out there. So like, I don't see him as somebody should be like a one movie villain, and obviously they did that with it. But like the thing is, I'm not surprised they did one movie villain with this Apocalypse. It wasn't really well liked, good. I mean, Oscar
Hmm.
I do think Oscar Isaac probably took the role of Moon Knight to kind of redeem himself from a comic book movie. It's like, yeah,
Right.
I'm Moon Knight.
Actually, I feel like Oscar Isaac kind of redeemed himself with his voice performance of Miguel in Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
any other?
I feel like if anything, that's his best comic book role so far.
any role that's not a
Yeah, definitely better than Moon Knight for sure.
And you got like
And it's like there's a lot of potential to grow his Spider-Man 2099 in Beyond the Spider-Verse when we eventually get that movie.
Mhm.
yeah, it's supposed to do. Remember, it's supposed to come out. The second part was supposed to come out this year.
See, it's funny the animated character that a lot of people weren't expecting much out of. That's his best performance in a comic book movie.
Yep.
Mhm. And then you got like certain characters like the Four Horsemen, right? Psylocke, yeah, she looked hot. Psylocke looked great, but
Yeah, Psylocke is the one character who stands out because
she looked hot.
the actress said that she wanted to wear the, comic book accurate costume, but then no one else is wearing a comic book accurate costume, so then it just looks weird.
Psylocke had no character. It was just that she looked like Psylocke. That's it. And
Yeah, and what's
she
funny
had
is like I know it's been ages since I've seen the movie, but
They did not need Psylocke for that role. They could have somebody
No,
else.
was Psylocke even in Dark Phoenix?
No,
Jeez.
no, no. Like I can understand Archangel as one of the four horsemen because I believe he does become one of the four horsemen in the comics. Like
Hmm.
it's better, right? But Archangel also has a vendetta against Apocalypse, doesn't he? Like I know in the
Um,
show he does.
right.
Uh,
I'm not
but
sure actually. So,
But Archangel was just there as like the Archangel in the like the Archangel. Even though the last down was horrible, the Archangel had more of a character arc than this Archangel. This Archangel was just a
mm,
four horseman henchman, right? It
yeah,
was mostly
yeah,
character development for continuation of Magneto and Storm. That's it. The other two were just
yeah.
there.
Storm in this.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I'm not a fan of Storm in this movie either. A lot of characters they try to jam in here, like first time introduced, right? The young Cyclops and Jean Grey, and then Jubilee. Was Jubilee in Dark Phoenix?
Jubilee, I believe so.
Okay.
Let me check.
Because yeah, they just jam in all these characters, the young versions of them, and I don't know, it didn't really seem to work. It just felt kind of meh. Why not focus on the team that you established? Also, their costumes at the ending are horrendous. I hate them
Yeah, they
so
are bad.
much. Yeah, and then they never even use them in the next movie. So it's just like, why? Seriously. Also, I think I said this before. This movie was like the first time I slept through a movie and then like woke up for the fight scene at the ending. So like a part of this movie I actually don't remember because I fell asleep. It's somewhere after the whole Weapon X thing. That's when I fell asleep
Oh,
because I was just like, this movie was so bad.
she was not in. Oh no, Jubilee was not even in. Nope, she
She
was not
wasn't
in.
even in. Oh man. Jeez,
No,
what are they doing?
that's the thing. People want the actual X. Yeah, I mean It was Dark Phoenix is atrocious as hell, man. It's in this film, right? Uh, Peter decides not to tell that Magneto's his father, but
Hmm.
Magneto's going through a tough time. Where Xavier's trying to reach him. Like all you have to do is tell him I'm your son. Like that's it. Just say that. Just say that.
Right. But I
And
guess you can't.
you have Nightcrawler again. Nightcrawler's not even like related to Mystique in this.
Yeah. Nightcrawler's in this movie.
Yeah, he's like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like they jam in so many
The
characters
thing
and
is, the thing is, it's like these people would never read X Men or watch X Men. These people that did these X Men movies.
yeah. I mean, what's his name? Simon Kinberg.
Yeah, he did
He's like
Phoenix.
always, yeah, he was gonna do Phoenix, but he was also going to do another trilogy with the X-Men characters, which I'm glad that didn't happen. I mean, that probably would have never lasted anyway. Because it seemed like those movies had diminishing returns. Um, after Apocalypse. I think Apocalypse was so bad, people just didn't watch Dark Phoenix. Because I mean, how do you explain the box office for Dark
I
Phoenix?
didn't see Dark Phoenix in the theaters. I did not see it.
Yeah,
I saw Apocalypse in the theaters because I like Days of Future Past, so it made me see Apocalypse. I think that like you guys, I think if Days of Future Past wanted to make you see Apocalypse too, because it was good. Apocalypse, right? Apocalypse did not want to make me see Dark Phoenix in the theaters at all.
yeah, just the trailers looked really boring too. And it being a repeat of the Dark Phoenix story, and it just it just did not look good. Another thing too was the scrolls were supposed to be in Dark Phoenix, and then they cut them out because of Marvel. Not sure
Yeah,
if,
yeah.
if anybody
They
knew that.
use they use another ship shifting alien race,
Yeah,
Chitari. They use
yeah.
yeah, with
And
Jessica
they were also
Chastain.
gonna have the Shi'ar too, but they cut them
Yeah,
out.
yeah, they had Jessica Chastain as the villain.
Mhm.
And what a waste of a talent.
Well, not according to Grace Randolph, but you know.
What she thought was good. She thought she was good.
No, she was like, yeah, waste her talent on this garbage movie.
Oh, she was
That's what she
happy
would
about
say.
it.
Yeah.
I think I made my opinions of Grace Randolph well known. I'm not going to repeat them.
No, man.
I mean,
You're
I mean,
handsome, man.
I hate to act like a jerk about her, but it's like I feel like she's just a waste of space at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I still, like I said, I still watch her videos because it's just her takes are so funny. It's
I
just
love
insane
it.
half of the
Because
time.
it's funny like that. I think Dark Phoenix, man. I don't know how. It's so bad. It's so bad. Jessica Chastain was not even good in as a villain. Sophie Turner.
Yeah, Sophie Turner's another actress who is just not good in my opinion. I don't think she's been in a lot of stuff recently too, so
No, no, she just hasn't done a lot of stuff. No.
no, she's really bad. Especially in Apocalypse. It's like, my gosh. Oh, man, the Apocalypse is just the casting is wrong and the whole storyline should have been set up better. It felt like with the Fox X-Men movies, they were just like in a
Hmm.
rush to do all the big X-Men storylines, like the most popular ones, without realizing like maybe you kind of want to like slow down because then you're gonna run out of material to make. And they were trying to make a cinematic universe,
The
right? They were
thing
trying to
is,
make multiple characters
I
or solo
think
character movies.
I think with the Dark Phoenix stuff, because we saw a bit of it in Apocalypse, and that led to the sequel. I think they were just trying to. It failed. Failed miserably. I think they were try to fix a mishap in the 2000s. That saga,
Hmm.
the ending to Last Stand. I think they were just try this again, so people forget about that. And it failed because it was just as bad, or maybe even
Yeah.
worse. Right? All right. So I think it was
But
trying to
Dark
reflect.
Phoenix failed at the height of comic book movies. I mean, 2019.
It's just
And
Endgame. Endgame.
Yeah,
Endgame,
Endgame,
Far From
Spider-Man,
Home,
Captain
Dark Phoenix.
Joker.
Marvel, yeah,
Dark Phoenix
Joker.
came out. Dark Phoenix came out in June. Endgame was still in theaters then, because Endgame came out like
But
April,
Yeah.
but
early May,
but but
right?
Aaron, don't forget, Deadpool 2 came out like I think 2 weeks after
Infinity
Avengers
War.
Infinity War and
Yeah,
still
I
made a
did.
lot of money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like a month later,
Except
an
except
excuse.
Solo. Solo fucking
Well,
flopped. Oh
Solo,
man.
that was a combination of the Last Jedi pushback still happening.
I'm checking the box office.
I
It's
wonder
just
why they
bad.
didn't just push
Also,
Solo to December.
also uh, the
Oh,
live
the
action Aladdin came out a few weeks after Endgame, still made $1 billion
That too.
worldwide.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
other movies were still doing well when the Avenger movies were out. It was just a matter of what did they prefer seeing
Yeah.
and what was better received. I know Aladdin got a mixed response, but still got better reviews than Dark Phoenix.
Yep.
So and also like I think like a week after Dark Phoenix came out, Toy Story 4 came out, still made $1 billion
Yeah, yeah.
worldwide, got better reviews. Then a couple
Yeah.
weeks later, Far From Home came out, got great reviews, broke $1 billion at the box office.
See, Days of Future Past did very well, like 700 million. But
But that was a
2022.
good movie. Like that was a great movie.
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
considered the best X-Men movie. I think
So
it's the second best in the X-Men franchise after Logan.
let's see what Apocalypse got. Apocalypse.
See, Apocalypse came out in such a weird year for comic book movies because on one hand, Deadpool and Captain America: Civil War did very well and got great reviews and audiences loved them, while BVS got like woof,
Yeah,
and then
bad reviews.
Apocalypse woof,
Box office.
Suicide Squad oof. Doctor Strange actually got really good reviews and I think did okay at the box office.
Apocalypse did over 500 million.
Yeah,
But
but
Mm.
still, but like still, that's. I mean,
yeah,
Well, I
what
mean, that's
happened
why
was
they made Dark
well,
Phoenix, right?
there's a trend there, right? Apocalypse it made 500 million, but it was not received very well, and that definitely affected Dark Phoenix. And the word of mouth for Dark Phoenix from people that saw it did not, and that was not well liked. So people decided not to go see the movie in the theaters. So Apocalypse was
Mhm.
it was a domino effect from Apocalypse down to Dark Phoenix. That's what it was, right? Like, but sometimes
Yeah.
sequels, because we sometimes, because I do think in 2016, I do think if Apocalypse was good and well received, I think it would have made more than 500 million. And I do think if Apocalypse was really, really good, if it's good, I do think Dark Phoenix probably would have got more money than the box office, and I don't know how much more money because
Yeah,
Apocalypse,
yeah, it probably definitely would have if it was better. But
yeah.
wait, so what was the Rotten Tomato score or
Oh,
on
that's a good question,
Apocalypse?
I remember it was like in the 40s. I don't know if it's
man. How you
changed
spell
though.
Damn.
Apocalypse, man?
Like here's the thing: Deadpool got like
Hey,
in the 80s, which was pretty good.
Apocalypse.
Days of Future Past got in the 90s. First
mhm.
Class got in the 80s. High 80s, I'm pretty sure for First Class.
Apocalypse. I'll look for it. Okay, 47 by critics, 65 by audience.
You see that
Damn.
audience score is the concerning thing because you can get a mixed response from a movie, but like if you have a high audience score, then okay, you can do fairly well.
Mhm.
What
This
the?
definitely did not have a good audience score.
I want to see what Dark Phoenix got. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm surprised this. You're gonna laugh at this. Not this part, but the next part. 22 by the critics, which is I think kind of high,
Yeah,
but
that's
it's still pretty good.
22. Damn, that's pretty bad.
But this is surprising me, and I think it'll surprise both of you. 64 by the audience.
Hmm. Still not great though.
No, but
But
it's higher than I expected. I would not give it. It should not be in the 60s.
yeah, I wouldn't give it a. I mean, well, I never saw the movie, but
No,
looking
you
at it, I
trust
wouldn't.
me. Trust me. You too. When you see the movie, you know you'd be surprised why it's in the 60s. You'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah, these X-Men movies that came out after Apocalypse, like
I have not seen
to me,
Mutants.
they weren't great. Yeah, I didn't see the New Mutants, but even Deadpool 2, I feel like it was kind of rushed. We didn't need Deadpool 2 like 2 years after the first one. Not like it just felt like too much, and they were just kind of circling the
Oh,
drain.
New
Like
Mutants
they
did
should
not
have
receive well
waited.
either. New Mutants did not. The thing is, because New Mutants. I mean, yeah, of course, New Mutants. They know that movies could be shit. I mean, they released it during the middle of the pandemic when a lot of theaters were closed. But you couldn't go see New Mutants in theaters because it came out in
Hmm.
2020. Our theaters were closed, and I know where George lives. Their theaters were closed too in New York in like August of 2020 because that's when the movie came
Yeah,
out.
well, here's the thing. So I remember
Didn't it
movie
come out on
theater.
Disney Plus though?
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
Actually,
Hmm.
this is what I remember. I remember movie theaters in New Jersey, the state that's right next to New York. They reopened, I think, end of August, early September, because I saw Tenet in theaters before I went right back to work in the middle of September.
Hmm.
Then movie theaters in New York City reopened. It was like I think February or March because I saw Ray and the Last Dragon in theaters. I was like dying to go back to my theater, so I was like, I'm going to go see Ray. Good movie, but yeah, we went back and I saw in theaters. And I took my mom to see Cruella in theaters a couple months later, and I've been going back to the theater since.
Yeah, you
Hmm.
guys were lucky, man. You got to go back to the theaters much far faster than we did. We had to wait like a year and a half, blinded.
Yo, I was
Not
impatient to.
really. I saw Tenet in the theaters,
Where then they closed the what again though? Right, they closed it
and
in
then they
theaters like
closed it again. Yeah, and then I think they opened. They yeah no, and then I saw Dune in the theaters too.
yeah, and then they closed the theaters again after that. Remember, like
Yeah,
remember
maybe no, because what the last movie I saw was uh Guillermo del Toro. When did that movie come out?
oh
No, that was
June was
2021. That was
they did open up
2021.
they did open up the theaters in when Dune came out because that was in the fall of 2021.
Yeah.
There were theaters because I saw that to be carnage in the theaters, but they closed it. And remember when Omicron hit, they closed it for like a month and a
Oh, you
half.
mean 2020? Yeah, Dune was in 2020. Sorry, that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
2021.
yeah.
Yeah,
2021.
I mean,
Yeah, they were open. They got
Yeah,
like
they did
July.
close. They did close because Tenet, and I can't remember anything after Tenet for quite
No,
some time.
no.
Yeah, Tenet was such a bad movie going experience. It was awful.
But
Um,
Yo, it was just me and my mom when we saw Tenet in the theater. We were in this big AMC theater, and like, there's no one else in there.
all to
yeah, there
yourself.
was only like two people in my cinema too. Wasn't that, you know, no one was really going. No one was taking the chance to go.
I was, well, here's the thing. Like, at that time, like, it looked like things were getting better. So, like, we were going to New Jersey just to go to the malls anyway. So, like, we saw it
Hmm.
at an AMC at this mall that we were going to quite a bit that summer.
Hmm.
Because, you know, like, we had our masks on, we did our social distancing. There weren't a whole lot of people. So, we're like, you know what, we're going to go, like, do some mall shopping. Because, like, the malls in New York City weren't opening, like, the Staten Island Mall. The only stores that were open were, like, the entrance ones, like Penny's and Macy's. And the only one I really like going in is Penny's.
Right.
So we were like, you know, we can go here, go here.
Oh yeah,
And it was like right before I went back to work because I was like furloughed for several months.
they retried that like August 2020, August September 2020. They tried to open up stuff here.
Yeah. Well, here's the
Hmm.
thing. Like in New York and New Jersey, it was working, I think, until like the colder months came. Like summer, it was working.
Yeah. Well, because
Because
Yeah.
like we were going to the beach. We were going to like, you know, the shopping plazas that were open. We were starting to go back into the city, but we were only going to like the part of Manhattan that you can travel by ferry. We didn't do subway until I think 2021, like the spring. Actually, no, we took express
our
bus
subway was
to
our
go into places we want to go.
our
We didn't
subway
even
was
take the
always
Hmm.
subway.
our subway was always open because like people do have to go to for
Yeah, people still
like
had to go. Yeah, so they couldn't close
doctor
that.
appointment. Yeah, it's like doctor appointments or whatever. Like for essential stuff. They have
Yeah.
to. They
Well,
didn't have
yeah, I
subway.
mean, I was working in 2020, 2021. I mean, yeah, it's still kind of crazy, like how everything was closed, but then you're still going to work and like it looks
It's
normal. It
just
was
crazy
weird.
taking a walk on the street, a street during because you know you can't be inside all the time. It's just walking in the street
Yeah,
and seeing all the
did you
people.
ever go downtown when it was like
No,
shut
no,
down?
no.
It
But
was
like
empty. It was really eerie. It's like
it,
empty and
it feels like you're in an apocalypse.
yeah, I mean, I gotta admit, it was kind of cool. Like going for walks, that was nice. Like those are the days I
Apocalypse.
miss,
No pun intended.
just for the walks.
No pun intended, guys. It feels like you're in an apocalypse. There's nobody around. No stores are open.
Uh,
Nothing.
yeah, nothing
Nothing.
was open. Like
I mean,
yeah, it
Ontario
was a strange time.
was like almost everything was shut down. I mean, they shut down the parks here. Remember they put like
Yeah,
lights
they
on
put the
bas-
tape and everything. Yeah,
everything.
I
You couldn't do
remember.
anything in Ontario except take a walk. It
Yeah,
was
go
like
for a walk and go to work, and that's it.
uh,
It's
and if you didn't,
crazy.
it's like almost like you're it's almost like you're it's like almost like you're home arrest, man. Like you're
Yeah. I
that's how
mean,
it
the
is
thing
for me.
is, like, there was like McDonald's was still open, but you couldn't go in McDonald's. You had to go in the drive-through.
Yeah,
It was crazy. Yeah.
yeah. Restaurants just open. The ones that didn't have drive-throughs, they had the social distance rules, right? It's only takeout,
Yeah.
right? You only take out. I used to go like
Yo,
KFC.
it did feel like it was never gonna end though. Like,
Yo, it did. I was the only good thing about it was I got to catch up on like movies and shows I haven't seen in either a while or for
yeah.
the first time. Like here's the thing: the first week of shutdown, that was when I first watched Clerks for the first time, and
I
since
blame
then
Rudy
I've
Gobert.
watched it like so many times since then.
I blame
I still
Rudy
need to
Gobert.
see Clerks 3 just out of
Me
curiosity.
too.
It.
You,
Oh man, Clerks. Here's the thing about Clerks 2 that's spoiling it. It's got the humor of the first two, but
Mm.
it's a lot more emotional than I thought than it should have probably
what?
been.
Oh, he has a daughter. That's why
Right.
he should be.
But
Gucci, Gucci.
like to me, it's like not that that's a problem, but it's
Where
like
can,
man,
where can you
like
watch
like
it?
what Clerks 3?
It was service. Yeah.
I don't know what service. I got it on DVD, so like here's the thing: I did the Phantom event when they were doing Phantom events, like on opening night, and then I got it for DVD for Christmas that following Christmas.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I'm just like wondering, like, you know, I like to I like to show my family members movies that I like. I wonder, should I show my mom Clerks and Clerks 2 like back to back?
Clerks 2 is like overboard.
I love
is
Clerks
Clerks
2. It's
2.
my favorite comedy sequel. First of all, I love the Return of the King and Return of the Jedi debate that happens in that movie.
Yeah, I love Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah,
Star Wars.
yeah.
It's like I want to make a lawn sign about Randall's quote that says, "In this house, we believe there's only one trilogy. There's only one return, and it ain't of the King, it's of the Jedi." I just want to, even though I love Return of the King, I just love what Randall says.
Yeah.
To be fair, what he says doesn't really summarize the Lord of the Ring movies, but it summarizes the Hobbit movies
Yes, it does.
that would come out years later. So he was half right about those freaking Hobbit movies. Like, as he said, well, no, he used the F word, but I don't want to get Aaron in trouble on the stream. So those freaking Hobbit movies were so boring. Like,
Oh, that F word. Yeah, I know
No.
what you're talking about. Yeah,
I
that
say
F-
the F word all the time.
yo, literally, well, this week I literally, this past week at work, I literally wanted to pull a Randall at a few points.
Oh man.
I'm just saying, like, this was like the first time, like at my site that I was like, what the fuck is happening? Oh, I just used the F word.
Well, you mean you got Ahsoka and Clerks.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's Rosario Dawson's character. I like her character in those movies.
Damn, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say this, but she was too damn good in that movie. Like, damn,
Yo, thank you.
This,
she looked good in that movie. Damn.
Listen. I'm just gonna say this. Kevin Smith's the only one that can get away with having a bestiality scene and not
oh
cause
my
an uproar.
god.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah, what was yeah?
I'm
man.
sorry. I had to bring that up. Like the donkey scene. There's only some things that Kevin Smith can pull off in these movies that other directors would fail at.
Yeah, that whole thing was weird.
Yeah, Kevin Smith is like that. He's willing to go the extra mile on his stuff.
I mean, have you guys seen Dogma?
Yeah, of course.
No, I haven't seen it. I know
no,
what it's
yeah,
about
see,
though, but yeah.
Oh my goodness, Dog was my second favorite Kevin Smith movie of all time. The stuff that he did in Dogma, and look, I'm a Catholic, and I like. This is what I'm gonna say to my fellow Catholics that got offended by that movie: grow a spine and a sense of humor. That stuff was hilarious. If anything,
Yeah, Echo Plate.
that movie was nicer to Catholics than most other movies out there. I'm just gonna say that. Like I'm just gonna say that. Well,
That
like
movie is-
look,
Do you know Jesus is black?
Mm,
That's
you know what?
inside the movie.
I'm gonna say this. It's probably my second favorite movie where
Chris Rock,
Affleck and Damon are also together. To me, Good Will Hunting's still their best movie when they're like acting together. But like this, which came out 2 years after Good Will Hunting, this is probably my second favorite with that duo.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
Alan Rickman as the voice of God is hilarious as well. And this is 2 years before he's playing.
no.
Professor Snape.
Alan Morissette was God.
But he was but remember, Alan Rickman was like the voice to Metatron because
Yeah.
God couldn't speak.
Yeah.
But oh my goodness, the thing
Yell,
is like
right?
Kevin.
You have to yell.
The thing is Kevin Smith. And this doesn't surprise me. He was worried about how Jason Mewes' acting would go with like Alan Rickman's acting. Because like Jason Mewes is like, he just says like the most random stuff, and it'll be funny.
Yeah, you gotta see that movie. It's like it's
It's a hard movie to find though. I found it for like $20 on Amazon for like the first time last year.
Oh,
Because that movie's like $40-something on DVD. Because here's the problem: it's not because of the controversial religious stuff. The movie is still like owned by the Weinstein Company, and Harvey Weinstein, even though he's in prison, refuses to give the rights back unless Kevin Smith pays this hefty fine.
damn.
Kevin Smith is not paying a hefty.
But here's the thing. A week before the Me Too article came out, Harvey called Kevin Smith saying, "Hey, I still got Dogma. You want to do some Dogma projects?" And Kevin Smith was like, "Oh, sure." It turns out that Harvey was calling just to see if Smith and others, if someone leaked out that New York Times thing, and to see if anyone would still be loyal to him.
Oh
He basically
man.
did that to see if who was the perpetrator that leaked out what he did, because someone from Miramax said, yeah, a bunch of us were getting calls a week before the article came out.
Oh, what is God.
And Smith, like it, like
But the
he don't
thing
want
is, to
he's
be
not
fair to
getting
Kevin Smith, I mean, if it wasn't for Harvey Weinstein, he wouldn't have a career. I mean, Harvey Weinstein is the
that's
one
the
that
unfortunate
picked up.
thing. A lot of
Yeah.
people wouldn't have careers,
Yeah.
and so like Kevin refuses to pay off the Weinstein company to get his movie back.
Stuff you have to do in Hollywood to advance your career, stuff you don't want to do.
Yeah, but he's talked about it. I think there's even a documentary on like what happened to Clerks. But Clerks was like this small movie that no
It
one
was
was
like
watching, and
it was
then
like a
Harvey
very independent
Weinstein.
movie. It's like a pure independent movie, right? Like small
Yeah,
budget.
Yeah, I don't know how Harvey Weinstein ended up seeing it, but he gave him notes and he was like, "I'll like distribute the movie for you." And that's how that movie became popular, is because of Harvey Weinstein. So
See, the only
He made Kevin Smith.
well
yeah,
besides
he did.
besides the movies that came out after Harvey's accusations came out, the only one that Harvey didn't have a say in was Mallrats. That was all Universal.
Hmm.
But here's the thing: even though Kevin doesn't have the rights to Dogma, he's there's still that loophole. It's the same thing with Mallrats, where in his movies he can have the characters from those movies appear. Like, have you guys seen Jay and Silent Bob reboot?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so well, this is a minor spoiler. It's not a big spoiler. So, Brody Bruce from Mallrats, Jason Lee's character, he appears at the beginning of the movie. Yeah. So Mallrats is still owned by Universal, which is why it's taking forever to do a Mallrats sequel, because they're waiting for Universal to, give Kevin the green light. He's got a script ready to go and all that. Also appearing in the movie is Matt Damon as, I think he was the angel Loki from Dogma. So he appears in a brief cameo in the movie. So Kevin can still use those characters in movies, but he can't it's like a Hulk situation basically with the MCU, where Hulk can appear in these projects, but they can't do a Hulk solo movie.
Right.
Like that's basically the situation right now, where he can only do Mallrats with Universal at the moment, and he can't do a Dogma movie until he gets a Dogma sequel, or even like a prequel, until he gets the full rights. I mean, I don't know how you're going to do a Dogma sequel, because Alan Rickman passed away, and the actress that plays the main character has retired from acting. So I really think you can only do like a prequel on Affleck and Damon's characters at this point. Or maybe do like a new sequel that takes place many years later with like a new cast, but keep Jay and Silent Bob and bring back Affleck and Damon. Because Damon explains why he's still around in Jay and Silent Bob reboot. I don't know. It's a whole confusing thing. Well, here's the thing. Well, Kevin did say like in an event that like another way he can get the rights to Dogma back is if like Harvey Weinstein passes away in prison. Which I mean, to be fair, like I don't wish death upon anyone, but no.
But doesn't Harvey Weinstein have like a brother or something?
Yeah, I think his brother is the reason.
I thought his brother
is another reason why, because the brother still has like Weinstein Company, or like whatever the Weinsteins own. Like he still has a say in.
Him and his brother created co-founded Miramax.
And here's the thing, like even before the accusations came out, everyone knew Harvey Weinstein was an asshole. Apparently, his brother's an even bigger asshole.
Bob Weinstein. This is
Bob Weinstein.
No.
Yo, like here's the thing. Like I remember this story Dennis Leary told about Harvey Weinstein, where Weinstein came up to Dennis Leary one time. He's like, "Yeah, I'm Harvey Weinstein. You're gonna do this movie for me?" And like Dennis was like, no. He's like, you gotta do it. I can make or break you. And like Dennis Leary told him to go F yourself.
Oh,
But like
man.
Harvey was like, you know what? I like your personality. I'm gonna get you your drinks and all that. like I could totally see that guy doing it, being like, I can make or break you. Like that's basically how he got away with doing the shit that he did.
I wonder how many big shots in Hollywood like are in the closet right now with this kind of stuff. Like that doesn't get out. I'm not talking
A
about
lot
being
of
gay
people.
or anything, but yeah, you know what I mean. Like, yeah, like, eventually we'll get out, man. Like a lot of people, you're right, blinded. You're blinded
I
'cause,
mean,
there's
yeah, it'll
people-
probably get out there.
It
I mean,
happened.
the
No,
stuff-
nothing
Alan,
stays a
what
secret.
I mean, the stuff about Nickelodeon finally came out. Have you
Woody
guys
Allen.
seen Quiet on Set yet?
No, I still haven't seen
I don't know
Oh
if we
my
can. I don't know where we
goodness.
can get in Canada. That's the problem.
Wait, do you guys have Max in Canada or no?
No.
No, we don't.
Oh, because I was gonna
Use
say
Crave.
it's also on Max. Oh, I don't know if I doubt it's on Crave.
Yeah,
'Cause
some
see-
stuff. Is it? It's a Max original, right?
Well, it's like it premiered
'Cause-
on the ID network, but it's on Max.
Oh,
Because
okay, then, yeah.
ID is owned by
Discovery, right?
Discovery, yeah. So
Yeah,
So
then
it's not-
maybe
it's
it's
not-
on the Discovery app or Discovery Plus because we have that, but
Yeah, we do.
I mean, I would look and see if it's on Discovery Plus.
So it's not Warner
Mhm.
Brothers.
But like, here's the thing.
There's
Some really messed up stuff in there, but it's a good insight as to like why Nickelodeon stars have also struggled to break out compared to Nickelodeon stars. Because it's like Disney stars. Because I mean, like,
Disney too, man.
it wasn't just how some weren't as talented. It was a matter of like some of them were just done. Like
There's
with it
something-
afterwards.
Disney's not so clean himself with the Disney stars either.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying it's
Now
like
there's been
like if you
Nickelodeon.
look at in comparison, it looks like there's more Disney stars had a better experience working
Yeah.
for Disney than Nickelodeon stars did.
Lena Gomez might be the biggest one. Like Miley Cyrus might be one of the biggest ones. I mean, Miley Cyrus like was all American, like girl next door for her character Hannah Montana. But if you see like ever since she's at Hannah Montana, she's like a rebel. The way she dresses, the way she sings.
Honestly,
It's crazy.
I think
Mhm.
she's kind of gotten a bit more normalized. I feel like in the last few years compared to where she was in the mid 2010s.
She wanted to get away from that good girl image, right?
Yeah.
Hannah Montana.
well,
But-
that's probably
but-
because she's not really doing much now. I mean,
But
she's not
she's
really in the
matured.
spotlight.
I would say she's matured.
She doesn't act. Like I don't think I've seen her in anything or voice anything.
Well, she was in Black Mirror. She was in the
Really?
is it the fourth season of Black Mirror? Yeah, that was like 2019.
Selena Gomez.
Yeah, that was a terrible episode, by the way.
A lot of them fade too. Like Demi Lovato was popular for a while, but she has her issues, right? She has like her issues. Who else? Zendaya might be the biggest one now.
Yeah, she's definitely the biggest one.
I remember watching her in that show with the one that she used to be on that show with Bella Thorne.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, Bella.
She went
Thorne.
crazy, right?
She went crazy.
Yeah,
Well, here's the thing.
but
like,
she still was acting too, but
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
She's not like Zendaya though. No.
No, because of her attitude, man. She could have gone bigger, better, bigger roles, but because of her reputation now,
It's like,
she's more
here's the
just
thing,
being
it's
cast
like-
in major stuff.
like here's what helps Zendaya. Zendaya behaved herself. She never had a controversial story happen to her. She got big roles in movies.
And then, yeah,
Well, I mean, she stuck around Disney Channel for a little bit longer because she did what? I think it was Casey Undercover.
Casey Undercover. You know what?
Then
broke her
she
out?
did like Spider-Man, then like The Greatest
Spider-Man.
Showman. She
Spider-Man.
was in that movie with John David Washington on Netflix.
I think Spider-Man is.
Oh yeah, that movie was crap. Holy shit.
She was in Dune. I didn't see Challengers yet, but I heard she was really good in Challengers.
Was Zendaya really? Because to me, Zendaya is not really a great actress. Like people like she's because she doesn't do a lot of different.
Yeah, she doesn't really do a lot of different stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, like there's Euphoria.
Yeah,
That's a
I
weird show
just can't
movie.
watch Euphoria. I'm
I
good.
think
Yeah, like here's the thing. I try watching, and it's not that it's a bad show. I actually think it's a good show. The problem is the subject matter
It's
is
weird as fuck. It's
very weird.
weird.
It's like they wanna be edgier than Freeform and the CW, but it's like kind of uncomfortable to watch.
what's an HBO?
It's
It's
like unfortunately, thinly veiled. You know that meme where it's like thinly veiled fetish? Um
Yo, that like it just
it's
like
like
comes
the writers are writing their own fetish. That's what that seems like.
and it's like
It's
I know
weird.
the actors are adults, but they're portraying teenagers.
Yeah, yeah, and then you have
That's what's the
adults
weird thing. I mean,
trying to hook up with them. It's weird.
it,
It's
it would
weird.
it wouldn't be as okay. It wouldn't be as I feel like it wouldn't be as awkward if they were like still in college and they were in college and they were playing adults over the age of 18. But
And the guy who wrote
that's not the
Euphoria
case.
too is just like a weirdo. I
you
mean,
know why? You know why they cast
another
adults?
show that was
There's
just
only you know the
fucking
reason they cast
awful.
adults. You know the only reason they cast adults nudity. That's it.
Yeah, nudity. Yeah.
That's,
The guy who wrote Euphoria
that's,
also did The Idol, and The Idol is holy
that's,
shit. It's
that's the
one of the
only
worst things HBO
that's
has
the
ever
only
put out.
reason blinded. The only reason they cast adults for high school roles is because of for nudity. That's it. Sexual scenes and nudity. That's it.
I wonder if they're still going to continue it though, because they said they were going to do the third season, and then
Yeah,
they
yeah.
like delayed
I
it, and then
think
they let go everybody.
I
So
think
I don't know.
I think they're getting too big. Some of the actresses for the show, like Sydney Sweeney, look what her trajectory is going up like crazy right now. Like she's like the number one, at least top five most, I guess most not recognizable but most sought out talent right now. One of them for sure.
That's
Uh,
crazy. I mean, I
Zendaya.
don't know one thing she was in that was good. I mean, I know what's it called?
We know
People
why she
liked
came close.
what's that show called? White Lotus. I could not
Yeah.
watch White Lotus. That shit was boring as hell.
Well,
Oh my god. I don't know how people like that show.
she was trending on my Twitter or maybe even other Twitter everybody's X account because like she had like 500 over 500k tweets or X whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, what? Is it
Yeah.
major news? What's happening? And oh, she posted like a hot pic of herself in the bikini or like in a bra. I don't not in a bra, but like
I just saw that picture on Threads. Yes, I know
yeah,
what you're
that's
talking
why.
about.
That's why she's trending. 500,000. I'm like, oh, that's the reason she's trending. I thought like there's some breaking news like she get hired, like she got hired for a major DC or Marvel role
You
or
got to
like
remember, people on Twitter, they don't got nothing else to do, so I'm
And
just saying.
Sydney Sweeney is getting a reputation, and she knows it because she's playing up to it. Obviously, she's playing up to it as the hot girl, the sexy girl in Hollywood right now.
Yeah, but she still needs to be in a good movie. Like an actual movie people will recognize as
What are
being,
you talking about? She was a Madam Brab.
oh god.
See, like
She was so bad in Madam Web. Oh my god.
I think
Just
everybody was kind of bad in Madam Brab. Can you name me one good
yeah,
role?
they were.
In Madam Brab?
No one was good in Madam Web.
Scott was just playing Adam Scott. That's it.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of lucky, like that there was women in Madam Web because the only people who saw that movie were dudes. So
Oh
if it
yeah,
was just a
women were
bunch of fucking
marbles.
dudes running around and it was that bad, yeah, I think people would have rated that movie even worse. Because it's just like, what the fuck were they doing? It's just so bad. Ugh, man.
All the men were disappointed. Sydney Sweeney was portrayed as a nerd and not like a typical sexy girl. You know, like she always plays. You know?
Yeah.
And they still made her. They still made her that when they had the character. I forget which. I think it was they made her lift up her shirt a little bit so she could show her belly button and have them all dance on the table in the restaurant, the diner. They still made them all
Yeah.
sexy. I'm like, what was that really needed? Really?
Well, the thing is, in that movie, oh man, Madam Web is such a fucking weird ass movie. Uh,
weird ass. Yeah, in a bad way. You can
Yeah,
you can
weird. It's a weird ass movie. Yes.
the thing is yeah, I mean there could be weird ass movies versus good. But this is weird ass bad.
No, this is weird. Yeah, this is weird ass bad. Like, what the fuck was that?
Uh,
Uh,
the
the
thing is,
ending made me. The ending still makes me laugh.
it's
I burst out laughing in the
this
theater
this is
with that ending.
I said Madam Web is worse than Morbius.
It is.
It is.
I
At least
mean, Madam Web. I mean,
the villain is 1,000 times better than Morbius.
let me
That
think.
villain,
I
Matt
think in
Smith
the
is
last 8 years there hasn't been a movie as bad, a comic book movie as bad as Madam Web. I can't think of one. I mean, yeah, I don't like the
8 years.
Flash, but the Flash is not really like Madam Web levels of holy crap. How did you make this movie? Like, why was this even made? Like, again, I haven't seen Morbius, but I mean, Morbius is kind of,
No,
somewhat of an
no,
established character. Like,
no.
I guess in theory, he could hold up a movie, but Madam
Morbius
Web,
is Morbius is bad. Okay, but this is worse. The villain in Morbius, Matt Smith's character, is 1,000 times better than the villain in this. George can
hmm,
attest to that. Matt Reeves, not Matt Reeves, but Matt Smith's character. Well, he was funny, but there is a story there, like an actual story where you can connect with with him and Morbius. There's actually something you can feel here. But the villain, like, Matt Smith's villain is so much better than Ezekiel and
hmm.
the CW Spider-Man. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Seriously, like, I don't know what that was. Also, like, yeah, Morbius is really, really bad. I mean, Tyrese Gibson, I don't know what he was there for, whether he was just a waste. And, but,
Oh, Tyrese Gibson. Oh, God.
oh man, it's morbid time. And,
It is Morbin time.
oh my god, you can't compare you can compare the two because of wrong. But if you had to do if you did a stream which is better, Morbius versus Madam Web, when you go into detail
Hmm.
which one is better, Morbius definitely would be the winner. And it would not be
Yeah,
that
I
long.
mean, like I said, I haven't seen it, but I don't doubt that because Madam Web was, oh, man.
I said Ezekiel at the time might be one of the worst comic book villains of all time on screen. Might be the number
Yeah,
one.
I think so, definitely. I mean, his
It's so
whole motivation and all
yeah.
the reasons of what he's doing, it's just like
I
makes no sense.
I mean, look, there's some bad villains in the MCU, like Malachi.
Hmm.
Malachi is much better than Ezekiel. We make fun of Brock's Venom, right? From the third movie, the Sam Raimi movie. He's better. He's better.
Oh yeah, well, without a doubt, he is much better. I mean, I'm trying to think like what other. Again, I didn't see Dark Phoenix. I guess Dark Phoenix would be up there in terms of bad comic book
She's
movie, but
but she's better.
like in the
She's
last
better.
5 years, I mean,
Well, I thought Lord of
it's
Thunder.
hard.
I thought they
Lo-
did.
th- Thor:
No,
Love and Thunder. I like. Okay, yeah. Thor and Ant-Man are movies that,
they still have better villains than this.
yeah, they still have better. Yeah, they do have better villains. There's some still. Actually, no, not in Thor: Love and Thunder. I might even say Thor: Love and Thunder was worse than Ant-Man, but for a different reason. Even though I don't like Ant-Man: Quantumania, that movie was
It's still better
trash.
villain. It's still the better villain than the second.
But I remember distinctly watching Thor: Love and Thunder, and the reaction from everybody in the theater was just like people were amazed that this was the movie they presented. It's still mind blowing what happened with Thor. Like it's just the jokes were not funny at all.
You know what pissed
Like
me
some of the
off?
most painful jokes
The
ever.
jokes were not funny, but it did not. The jokes did not piss me off. You know what pissed me off? The goats.
The goats, yeah, the goats were just always like, oh my god, just it's yeah, they cranked up the annoying on that movie. You know what I mean? Like they were like, how can we make this movie annoying as
Stupider.
fuck?
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, and can't stand that movie, man. No.
Well, I can't understand Taika's attitude. Like with the movie, it was like it's the weirdest, most arrogant, like
Yeah, he
response
didn't
from
give
a
a
director.
fuck. He was just like, whatever. He was having threesomes and shit. He doesn't give a shit. He's just like, give me money and let me have my threesomes.
That's the problem with this movie. Like, Thor: Love and Thunder does have some part in it, but it always feels like the
I
comedy.
don't know about any of that.
The cancer stuff with Jade and all that, and the like Gore's motive. It's just that sometimes in
The Jane stuff with the cancer, yeah, that was okay. I'll admit to that. But the gore stuff, no. Like, no, I don't agree. That movie is just like top down to bottom. Like, oh man, and when the kids get the superpowers, man,
I did not
that's
like
what I
that.
mean. Like, they cranked up the annoying on that movie.
They
Just like, what?
It's just that I think what happens is when it gets all serious, all of a sudden a joke breaks the tension. And you know what? Marvel's done that.
It's
Marvel
not
does that
even
a lot.
that. Forget about the. I mean, we know Marvel does like the undercutting. James Gunn did it, and now every single Marvel movie has to copy that. I don't really mind it. It's okay, but if the joke is just not funny and it's just painful, like Korg. Oh man, Korg is such a painful character. I hope they never bring him back. Just ditch that character completely.
Yeah.
It's just so bad.
How could like
No, Thor: Love and Thunder is so bad.
I just gotta say that I just gotta say it's so as bad as Thor: Love and Thunder is. It's nowhere near as bad as X-Men Origins
The
Wolverine.
Acolyte is
I
actually
was
watchable, not Love and
I was
Thunder.
rewatching it yesterday for my review of X-Men Origins Wolverine. Um,
oh
and,
just
and oh my goodness, that movie, the times that when that was like MCU cringe humor before MCU cringe humor was a thing, because there were
Yeah.
moments where that movie would after something serious would happen, something cringe would happen, like the scene like after he gets the adamantium, and like first of all, he doesn't even go on the rampage that was hinted at in the previous X-Men movies. He's just like he escapes by cutting an X, but he cuts the bottom part of the X to escape. He's running naked into the old people's barn, and
Oh
then
yeah,
like
that whole naked running around scene. Yeah.
and then like after he changes, he's in the bathroom. When the claws come out, this is like the second time the adamantium claws come out. He should be in pain, like screaming. Instead, they make it into this jokey joke scene where he's destroying
Yeah.
stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, everything's fine. I'll pay for it."
What's up with Wolverine? Well, Wolverine is gonna run around naked when he's in Weapon X, but I mean they did do it twice in movies. It's kind of
But
weird,
it's
but
like the way they
I get
did
it. I
it.
get it.
It's like what should have been a serious scene is not even a serious scene, and it's followed up with this goofy scene.
Now it makes me wonder if Deadpool and Wolverine will have another naked Wolverine.
Oh
there
my
you
goodness!
go.
And here's the thing: it's like another thing that happens with that movie. It's like the Blob stuff. It's like, did you just call me Blob?
Oh God.
That
Oh,
like
you know
that.
what? Speaking of Marvel cringe, right? I read. Okay, does anybody know the Spider-Man story, Spider-Man Reign?
A little bit.
It's like one of the most infamous, infamous Spider-Man stories because the way Spider-Man ends up killing Mary Jane.
Mm,
Anybody want to take any guesses? You've had to have heard this story. This story is so fucking bizarre.
I don't know.
She died because of radioactive jizz.
Oh, what?
Yes,
Oh
yeah.
What?
my goodness!
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's a
a
famous
very
story in
weird.
the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
So they
How
infamous.
so
old is
for
it?
whatever reason, right, Marvel greenlit the sequel and the sequel, the first issue came out. So I read it and oh my God, there's already a lot of fucking weird cringy shit in it. Like you
Like
have
what?
Black Cat's daughter kissing like 100-year-old Peter Parker and making out with
What the
him and being like,
hell?
yeah. And then she goes, "Oh, mom's gonna be jealous of me doing this." I'm like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" And then what was another
Oh.
one? Oh yeah, and this is a big spoilers, so spoiler alert, but Miles Morales is the villain of the book. He's
He's
teaming
the
up with
villain?
Kingpin. Yes, he's the villain. He's teaming up with Kingpin, who looks like this giant fat baby mutant. It's weird as
Wait, is
fuck.
he the
And
Blob?
he looks like the Blob, but as like this, he's got a baby head. It's weird.
Oh.
And then what else? Green Goblin, Norman Osborn is somehow still alive, and this is also the first time I've encountered art in a comic that uses AI art. It was insane. I was
Wait,
like, holy shit, they were so shameless
Oh.
about it. Yes, yes. And what else was there? I think that was it.
Mm.
I think that was it.
Pet.
So this is gonna be a batshit insane fucking comic
I
already.
think a pet for it or whatever. Like,
well, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, be prepared. Deadpool and Wolverine spoilers already on the internet. So,
Now it's time to go hunting for them. Where is it?
well, because they're doing these fan events across the world. They went to one in Berlin yesterday or today, and they
Oh, damn.
showed the first 40 minutes of the movie.
Oh,
And
40
apparently,
minutes.
someone decided it would be a great idea to take pictures and video of the screen. So,
Why do they do these events
Here's-
knowing that people would do shit like that?
Yo,
Well, you know
didn't
what
the
you're
Flash
supposed to
do
do?
something
You're
like this
supposed to
last
take-
year?
You
well,
know
no,
what you're
the
supposed to
Flash,
do?
the Flash, they showed the entire movie early. This
Yeah,
is just
they
the
did.
first
Supposed to
40
do?
minutes.
You know what you're supposed to do? You know how in schools you take exams, take tests, they tell you to
Mhm.
put your phone up here, whatever.
Mhm.
Well, they're supposed to. I don't know why they didn't do it. I will say this
Well,
though:
there's
people
inspection,
did give their reactions to the footage. They're saying that Sean Levy might have cooked. He might have cooked a
Oh
little bit.
man.
They're saying it actually looks pretty. It's pretty good. Those first 40 minutes are pretty good.
Isn't that the first 40 minutes like pretty much what we've seen in the trailers? Because they're not showing
Yes,
after
they pretty
a
much
certain point.
emphasized everything in the first 40 minutes is stuff from the trailers. Yes,
Yeah.
but there's a couple things that are big surprises that kind of are getting spoiled. So, got to be careful.
Oh. Well, I want to see some spoilers
Because
'cause-
Kevin Feige, he said today at the Berlin event that Deadpool and Wolverine will be the first step in the MCU version of the X-Men. So this is where it
yeah, yeah. Because there's that rumor that we're gonna see the
begins.
MCU
You're going to see a Wolverine
Wolverine.
that might be our MCU Wolverine.
Right.
We'll see, though.
We shall see. I wonder if I mean the thing is that I know there was that rumor that popped up, but I'm kind
There's a
of
couple
curious if
different
we will
ones,
ever
yeah.
see the MCU Deadpool. I'm sure like that might be touched on in the
I'm
movie.
telling you.
I think the idea is that Ryan Reynolds will be the MCU Deadpool.
Right, I
forward.
get that. He's obviously going to move forward, but I mean like if there's like an MCU version of Deadpool that was like a failure or something went wrong with him, something like that. Cuz I mean, I think that would be an interesting kind of story beat to have.
Yeah.
Um
I will say, too, this movie is going to make so much money with Funko Pops. Because all
Yeah.
of the different variants and cameos, this movie's going to make so much money with the merchandising.
Yeah.
All these kids are going to buy Dogpool and other Deadpools.
These kids buying merchandise for a rated R movie. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, it is.
it don't matter. You know, kids are gonna go see this movie in droves. It don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I think even though it's a rated R movie, I'm guessing it's a very soft R. It's not a hard R movie. Because I think there's like one thing Disney does not allow in any of their movies now, which is smoking, which is pretty crazy. Even in a rated R movie.
Yeah, they're pretty sticklers for the smoking stuff.
Yeah, it's weird.
I did
But,
see something though that kind of was surprising. So, okay, I don't know why, but I've been going down like the rabbit hole of like watching like a lot of theme park videos, and I didn't know this, but you guys know Disney World is a Peter Pan ride, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
so they're closing the ride next week to do refurbishments on the ride, right?
Mhm.
I didn't know this, but part of the refurbishments is that they're going to get rid of Tiger Lily and all of the Native American stuff in the ride.
Oh my goodness.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so no one's talking about it yet. I only saw one video mention it, that they were going to be removing that scene from the ride and replacing it with something else, but no one's
They've
talking
done that before though.
Well, look at what they did with Splash Mountain. They got rid of the whole
Yeah.
ride and changed something else. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
I'm
that
not. I'm
just
not
opened.
surprised by that.
That just opened, but yeah. Disney is very much like they have a certain brand image they like to maintain. You know, it's just part of the thing.
Yeah, whatever they think is problematic, they'll just get rid of it. I'm sure
Well,
there's
it's
gonna
not
be
just
other stuff too.
that too. It's also just like Americans or Western society, which well, really just American society is so interesting because we're fine with everything except sexual content. Like
Yeah.
we're okay with like insane violence and gore and bloodshed, but if it's like sexual content anyway, no, we can't have that.
Yeah,
And
Disney
smoking
doesn't do
can't have
that.
that.
You're not.
Drinking's
You're not.
okay, smoking's not.
You're not gonna see any sexual contact in the MCU stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
like besides a butt pic, like in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Well,
Oh yeah, that's actually kind of crazy.
Eternals in the first Iron Man probably were like the ones that pushed the edge the most.
They
The
were
first
when they-
Iron Man has that scene with Tony and the
Eternals.
news lady, and then Eternals they had that one scene
They
with
weren't really doing
Cersei
anything
and
in Eternals. They were
Icarus.
they weren't even nude, and you didn't see. They
I
weren't even nude.
that was a sex scene. I can't even
Yeah, there
remember
was kind of a
Eternals.
sex scene in Eternals,
But they
but
weren't
it was
even.
like
You
very,
didn't see any. You didn't see any penetrating or anything like that. Like
yeah, you didn't see it really anything.
Because I mean, the first Deadpool movie has a pretty Doesn't he get pegged in the first movie? Like,
yes,
well,
don't
the
they
yes.
first
show that?
the first Deadpool is extremely sexual. They go to a strip club.
Yeah.
Stan Lee's the DJ of a strip club.
Yes, yeah.
People have to expect when you get to, if Deadpool's going to appear in another Marvel movie that's not Deadpool, it's not going to be rated R. If he's going to be Avengers, sorry, it's not going to
Yeah,
be rated R.
we know that. But the thing is, I wonder how they will handle it.
And I'm okay with
Well, I'm just
that.
saying.
Okay.
I think Deadpool 3 is going to be it's rated R for violence and language, not necessarily sexual content.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
people think rated R only means sexual content. No, rated R means other stuff, man. Like,
Well, I mean, if you're gonna go R, you try to go for a hard R. You go as crazy as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
But with this, I feel like they're gonna try to.
I will
gonna
be
go for a
curious to see how the
soft R.
movie. I will be curious to see how the movie does because they were saying maybe 200 million, but now it got downgraded to like 160.
Well, it went back
165.
up to 200. Who just put out the
do you
report?
think it's going to have like? Do you think it's going to reach like where Inside Out is? Like, when Inside Out is like 100
Right now,
million.
Inside Out 2
No, I
gonna
don't
be
think
the
it's gonna
biggest movie
be
of the year.
Inside Out.
Inside Out is crazy, man. 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Go
in
for
less than 2 weeks, it hit a billion. The
You do that,
tracking
Mo.
for Deadpool right now is like, where was it? I was just in the subreddit and they posted it. Because it's been all over the place. The tracking never really went down. The first tracking that said,
No,
it
it
was
did
gonna.
because the first report said 200,
The first report,
225, and
the
then the
first
next
report was
came out
wrong.
last week and it said
That
160, 165.
whoever reported on that, they like people in the if I'm not sure if you guys go on the box office subreddit, but people were pointing it out that the first report of it was by it wasn't by an official source. It was someone just pulling that shit out of their ass. And for some reason,
the 200 million one?
yeah,
The first one?
yeah,
You know?
and then I forget if it's like Box Office Tracking
You know?
Pro. I can't remember the name of it, but it's official source. Then
You
they
know?
were like, oh, it's probably gonna be like 160 or 65,
it's
and
gonna
then
do
it
a
went back
billion.
up.
And you're gonna have to pay Finn.
I don't know if it'll do a billion. I
You
don't
gotta pay
know
Finn
just
more, I
yet. I
guarantee
think
you.
it'll have a high
You
domestic.
just don't want to pay Finn more than money. That's all.
No one knows if it's gonna hit a billion.
You know
Because
what?
the international numbers have not come in. No one knows what it will
I'll say
do.
this about Disney. You know how they go after certain scoopers, stuff like that, about potentially leaking stuff that might be true. Maybe
Mhm.
don't do these fan events either on your part.
Well, I don't know
Because
why they need to do fan events. The
like,
movie's
it makes
already
them look
hyped
bad,
already.
and it makes them look bad. Like, do
I mean,
premiere
you
stuff.
don't need to do if for a hyped movie. I feel like you should just
Yeah, because
not show anything.
I don't.
Unless it's like hyped and no one really like you remember Guardians of the Galaxy? That movie had hype to it, but people were still like unsure about the movie.
Uh,
And then they did that preview and then people started like getting really excited for it. And
yeah,
then
but
and then it broke out.
the difference between Guardians is they were not relying on.
Yeah,
fan
they
events.
weren't I mean, they
Well,
weren't
like,
established, so yeah.
yeah, this you kind of spoil this surprise, man. If you have these fan events, because people like to spoil stuff. Newsflash, Disney, you know that MCU, you know that, and you go after people.
Well,
So don't go
the movie's opening. I think it opens 2 or 3 days early in Japan.
Yeah, in
Japan gets
Japan.
the movie first, so
Yes.
you're probably gonna see spoilers go up probably like that Tuesday or that Monday.
It should open Canada first. Blinded, the two Canadian icons, heroes.
Yeah, I mean it's
It's a premiere.
I mean
Should
it's
be
the
in
same
Toronto.
week.
It's opening up during Comic Con. They're gonna have some screening event at Comic Con.
Wouldn't it
I
be
mean,
crazy if this movie came out and like it didn't like it flopped like opening weekend? It just
Oh
flopped.
my goodness.
Nah, there's no way that would
It's not
happen.
going to. I just say like
But I mean, it could. I mean, it could have less legs if
It could be
the
like
movie
BVS,
isn't
have the
like.
biggest opening weekend, and have the
Yeah.
I think the movie's gonna do very well. I think it's gonna do very well. I'm just saying it would be wild if for some reason like we get to the opening weekend, it's just like it does good, and then like after that it just drops like a rock.
No Marvel movie had an opening weekend like BVS.
No,
Oh, I
yeah,
mean, like a
but
second
they haven't
weekend?
had a movie like BVS, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, or like the second weekend drop off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, the Marvels was pretty bad. The Marvels.
Yeah, but the Marvels open
super
small.
low. Yeah.
Yeah, BVS opened massive, and then once people knew it was really bad, then
Oh my god.
it didn't do well afterward.
That's the one movie that gave Marvel a scare.
That I think if that ever happened to Marvel, Marvel would be dead after that.
Oh,
That's
they gave it.
because a movie to do that, it would need to have like a lot of hype behind it, and then people became super disappointed. And I mean, if you think about it, after BVS, even though DC had movies that were they actually grossed more than BVS in the long run, they never really recovered from that movie because of just perception. People were like, they didn't want to go see Justice League, or they didn't really care for the Snyder stuff.
Justice League
So
for sure was impacted by that for sure.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, at least Wonder Woman did well. I mean, Wonder Woman was.
Yeah, Wonder Woman, Aquaman did well, but then, I mean, Shazam was sandwiched in between two big movies. Birds of Prey did not do well. And then, I mean, Wonder Woman. Do we really count Wonder Woman that came out in the pandemic? So
yeah, but that was bad though. I don't know if it done well.
Plus, nobody liked
yeah, we
that.
don't really know though.
Yeah, nobody liked it. Yeah, RJ's right. Nobody liked
Yeah,
it.
and I mean, no one liked it, but we don't know what it would have done box office wise if it was normal times, right?
True.
I mean, it probably would have been less than the first one, but I mean,
You think of
we
Wonder
don't really
Woman
know.
84? If Wonder Woman 84 came out in like a normal time frame, like no pandemic, that movie would have probably had a big opening weekend, but that second week drop off would have been bad. It would have had like some horrendous word of mouth.
I knew the plot leak. I knew the plot leak like a year ahead because it was supposed to come in 2019. Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out in 2019. Yeah, do you remember when Grace Randolph said it was going to be like Flashpoint? They were going to reboot the DC.
Yes!
You
I
remember that
report? That was
funny. Oh man!
And when I saw the plot leak a year ahead, then I watched the movie when it came out. I'm like, that's exactly what the plot.
The worst part of that movie still is like the freaking. Well, there's a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff.
Freaking Gal Gadot's acting is horrible. Cheetah's horrible. The plot makes no sense. Everything about that movie is just not good.
Pascal really ran a while to play this. I think he tried.
Oh, Pedro Pascal's kid in that movie too. What the fuck was the kid, man?
Maxwell Lord, Maxwell Lord. And then
there's also a lot of bad filmmaking stuff in that movie. It's actually really weird. It's like, I don't know, man. And the beginning. This is how you know the movie was bad right from the beginning with the whole lesson that Wonder Woman has to learn. That was man.
They made Wonder Woman need a man. She's supposed to be a strong, independent woman. She needs no man.
I mean, people still talk about that whole body swapping thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, at first, I don't think most people like realized that's pretty weird, but I don't know. The whole storyline it just felt desperate. It's I don't know. It's a weird ass movie.
It it just made her like that she needed a man in the whole movie. Like Chris, she needed Trevor. I mean, like that's the opposite
Yeah.
of Wonder Woman was what present. I understand she needs like she could have a man to love, but like Wonder Woman was like a feminist icon where she's where it represents a strong, independent woman for independency, right? For women, like not needing exactly a man for specific reasons, right? Like, right? But like
Mhm.
that's what the movie. But the movie doesn't do that. I think Patty Jenkins actually kind of did a disservice to. I think she kind of hurt Wonder Woman that way, because like that's not what
Mhm.
she represents. 'Cause you know how big of an impact Wonder Woman is to the female
Yeah.
demographic.
I mean, I
It's
don't think Wonder Woman
crazy
was
though how that
hit
movie.
too bad by that movie,
Yeah.
but I think the movie itself is just so bad. People are just like, yeah, another
Yeah.
Patty Jenkins Wonder Woman movie. Like,
No,
I don't
thank you.
think that would have worked. Yeah.
Usually most
No,
budget.
They
I think
soured,
I
I
think
think,
people
at
were
that point.
checked out.
Dark Phoenix is it's just a bad movie. Dark Phoenix. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, no, the first we said why the Apocalypse did make money. That's why
Yes,
they
it
made
did.
this
Well,
movie.
people
Really.
see what's so sad is that Apocalypse, like everyone was so excited for that movie because if you
Yeah.
remember, it was the post-credit scene of Days of Future Past, and it was like, oh my god, they're finally doing Apocalypse. Everyone
Mhm.
was super excited about what that could be and what that could look like.
And it was a good movie too. Days of Future Past.
And yeah, Days of Future Past
Yeah.
was so good, and everyone loved that movie. Then you get to Apocalypse, it's like, oh, Bryan Singer just totally checked out. He just like did not want to make this movie. It's
Which
like,
I
what
mean, he
happened?
wanted to make the movie, which is weird. I don't know what
That's
happened.
that's his buddy.
Well,
Who
from what
did
we
did
understand,
Simon Kinberg write this movie too?
no,
Yeah.
from what we understand, no. Apparently, Bryan Singer just like was like absent on set a lot. Like he wasn't showing up to set on time.
Yeah, he saw Stein
totally
Kimber
checked
kind of
out.
ghost direct because he was.
Yeah, he totally checked
Well,
out.
Simon Kinberg's been ghost directed a lot of these movies, huh?
Well, not this one, Dark Phoenix. He actually did direct.
Well, I mean, all the ones that he's ghost directed,
See, I don't
they're all
blame.
bad.
I don't blame Simon Kinberg for Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, people were excited
Dark
for
Phoenix was the
Apocalypse.
victim of the corporation and all the shifting going on. Because that movie changed a lot while they were making it. Like there's constant script rewrites and constant redirections because of Disney and everything and the Fox and like having to end the story and all that. And it was a mess. It's not a good
Talking
movie.
about Dark Phoenix?
Yeah, Dark Phoenix. Yeah.
It was a mess all over that movie.
Well, I mean, when you see like how much stuff they cut out of the movie, I mean, yeah, it's like you couldn't do the Skrulls, and then you couldn't do the Shi'ar, and then you're just like, okay, we'll settle on this like race no one really cares about, but
Well, it
I
was
guess
supposed
we
to
could
be.
do
It was
them.
supposed to be a scroll.
Yeah.
They were supposed to do the scrolls.
The concept art looks nasty though. Oof.
Yeah, like trust me, it wouldn't have been
I would have
good.
given you the heebie-jeebies looking at that shit.
Yeah, like it wouldn't have been good.
Yeah, it's weird.
But to do more like the comics with the alien stuff. But that had changed because of the Disney stuff going on.
Yeah, they used.
Well, that's not how the Days of Future Past went. I was watching a video about this, and I was surprised by this. Days of Future Past was supposed to be the final movie in the prequel trilogy, so to speak.
It should have been. It should have been.
And the thing is, so Matthew Vaughn wrote the entire trilogy out, and Fox read Days of Future Past, and they got so excited that they were just like, "Oh, we're gonna just make this without you," and then they pushed him aside, and then they gave it to Bryan Singer.
Yeah.
Which was dumb as hell. It's just like they should just let him make the trilogy.
Days of Future Past fixed the trilogy's mistakes because he saw.
But the Days of Future Past we got that was really good though, so I can't really complain too much.
It is good, but his script sounded like that would have been like all-time classic kind of comic book movie from the sounds of it.
They were setting up Mr. Sinister.
Yeah, Mr. Sinister. Yeah, we were saying that Mr. Sinister is a character who was set up in Apocalypse.
That was going to be the villain after Dark Phoenix.
Well, no, he was going to appear in Logan, and for whatever reason, they cut him out of the script. Logan was another movie that got rearranged, and then Mr. Sinister was also going to appear. I because we were saying this at the top of the stream. was going to appear in New Mutants, and John
This
Hamm was going to play Mr. Sinister, and he was
okay,
cast and he filmed this scene and
I can see
everything,
why you
and
got
they
cut out
cut
of
it out of the
Logan.
movie.
I can see why it's cut out of Logan because Mr. Sinister has more of a history with the Cyclops' bloodline, Jean Grey.
Yeah, he doesn't
Yeah,
really have
but
too much
cloning is
relationship.
somewhat involved with the plot of Logan. That's why
I
he's
do like the
would have
Weaver's
been involved.
plot. I mean, like they should have kept Lady Deathstrike for the Weavers though. But you
There's
know,
also this scene I keep saying. I wonder. Whoops, my headphones fell. I wonder. I don't think they will do this, but there was this. We were going to see the X-Men die in Logan, and they cut that out of the movie too.
yes, they did. You-
Yeah, I mean they never got, and they didn't
Like
sign anybody back on, but that was supposed
just
to be in the movie.
You
like
would
they
have seen
did.
like some kind of scene of like
It was
Logan
like a
with like dead
flashback,
bodies
and it was supposed to
or
have
something.
Storm and Cyclops. It was gonna have like all of the original members of the
Yeah,
X-Men in the movies, and yeah, and you were gonna see Professor Xavier have that aneurysm. Oh, I can't even talk. The aneurysm, and then
aneurysm.
they all would have died. Yeah, and then they cut that too because I think it would have been too expensive to do.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if they in the MCU they put the purifiers that make
Hmm.
that pissed off the chuds, the religious.
Yeah.
Man, because I watched that bit of the Echo Base video on the Acolyte. Oh my
Well,
god.
their whole thing is against. I don't really understand them. They're like
Who are you guys talking about?
Oh,
the
Echo
chuds
Base.
in general, but yeah, he's
Oh,
saying Echo
Chuds.
Base.
Yeah, Echo Base made. I don't know if you're on purpose. If you listen to Purpose Stream, he went over like Echo Base.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
RJ's
was
been
there for
on
a little
there.
bit. I was on
Yeah,
there for a little bit. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Go
But
ahead,
what was I
Len.
gonna say? Oh yeah, they always say X-Men wasn't woke. Their whole like
What are
big
you talking
defense.
about
I
though?
don't.
Like,
Well, I mean, the X-Men that everybody loves, which is the Chris Claremont, that is. I mean, there's a
I
lot
mean,
of woke stuff in that, so I don't know what their whole
but
claim is. Even outside of the what's it called? God, what's that storyline? God kills, or no, man kills, God loves, or something like that. I forget the title of it. But that one is. I mean, if they want to say if it's on the nose, yeah, it's pretty on the nose of what that comic's about. So Stan Lee's X-Men is the one that you can kind of say it's. I don't know what he was trying to suggest there with his X-Men. I mean, it's you could still see it, but sometimes he goes back and he likes to claim certain things that aren't in the comic.
here's an
I don't
I
know.
think he
Stanley
I
was a
think he
little bit
was
weird.
trying. I think the idea was to do it very subtly. I think the idea was always there. It just took other writers to really explore that concept.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
It
it's
was more
not
like
that
an
it's
under the
not there.
surface thing that he never really explored.
It's just that when in interviews, like when people ask him about like the whole Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, yeah, that's not in any of his stuff. And on top of that too, that comparison was never really made in any of the comics until the movies. I think it was the movies that introduced that idea, not the comics. But it was such like a cool idea that people ran with it. But yeah, the comics has
as
never made that comparison about Magneto because Magneto was even mostly in Stan Lee's run, he's just a straight up villain. Like
yeah,
he's like a classic kind
but
of
they
like
gave but they
I'm gonna
gave
take over this shit and the X-Men gotta fight him and there's not really
Magneto.
a lot of whole like mutant rights and
Magneto
all that stuff.
when Magneto became like Magneto was a Holocaust survivor and he saw how the Nazis see themselves as a superior race, right? He took that
Yeah,
as
but I think that came afterward. That
he
wasn't
did
in
come
Stan
after that.
Lee's run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like he did. Like Stanley does like the X Men, but his like he likes he prefers to talk about like Spider Man more, the Hawk, over X Men stuff like that. If you really hear him interviews, he's more of that. He more like to
Yeah,
talk about
kind
Spider.
of. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he loves like Spider Man, of course. Spider Man's his first love. His love.
Well, Stan Lee always had this. I mean, again, no shade at him. It's just that Stan Lee
No,
always. You never
no,
really
no.
knew his true interpretation of
That's
something because he would always kind of be like, if someone asked him, "Hey, did you mean to do this?" He would be like, "Yeah, of course I did," and blah blah blah.
that's
He would go on and on, even though it wasn't true. You know,
no.
Stan Lee liked to do that a lot. And I think it was bad too because then he also kind of threw out Jack Kirby a bit.
Moon.
Like Jack Kirby never really got a lot of
Yeah, that's
credit.
true about Jack Kirby. That's why he went to DC.
Yeah, and then he came back.
Mo
But yeah,
Moon, Mo Moon. This is funny to comment, but this comment is true for Harry Potter's universe, Grindelwald, and Dumbledore though, because they were
I
in a
mean they did kind of
relationship.
have a
Yeah, they
homoerotic
were in a
relationship
home
though.
relationship, and they went the other way. Yeah, that's true in the Harry Potter universe, and they're not gonna finish that obviously because they decided to kind of stop it after 3 movies, even though they have 5 movies planned.
Mm,
Right? Yeah. Yeah. See, the thing is, I mean, like the Echo Base when they talk about Acolyte, you use a religion. Oh, it's a religion, and what are you gonna do when Agatha comes out? Because they use occult and riches, all that stuff, right?
Oh, you're talking about the whole
yeah.
conversation about the show being satanic?
Yeah. What's gonna
Oh,
happen? What's gonna happen when we see Mephisto in a couple months?
They're going off one episode and saying it's satanic. That's pretty crazy. I mean, couldn't they say that about everything in Star Wars though?
Not just Star Wars.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the Marvel, DC,
I just
but
want the Acolyte to end so we can all stop talking about it. Because
I just want to see
I
what's
didn't even
going to
see
happen.
it, nor am I
I'm
gonna
so
bother
over it
watching
at this
it.
point. I'm just so over it, you know?
What's
I don't know. We really haven't been in the sphere of uh people like criticizing it heavily. I mean, we're kind of like mixed on the show.
Yeah.
Me and Aaron at least. So
we're kind of mixed.
I don't think it's bad, nor do I think it's good. But I think it has some interesting
you know what I
stuff.
do recommend watching instead of this? Watch Ted Lasso.
Yeah,
I started watching
better.
Ted Lasso and it's really good.
Yeah, Ted Lasso is better.
Like go watch. That's a real show. Go watch Ted Lasso.
You know what's Cobra Kai is coming up soon, right? Like when's
Oh, I can't wait for that to come back.
I just don't like it.
That's a
being
real
3
show
parts.
as well.
Yeah, but 3 parts. You have to wait for like July and November, and then like February.
Yep. Netflix being cheap.
I hate when Netflix does this with the shows. Part 1, then 2 months later, part 2. I hate that.
Well, it's because they got to milk their subscribers, you know, that we don't leave when the show ends. You got to
And they don't want to pay everybody involved. That's why they do stuff like that. Because it's easier to just split it in parts instead of calling it a new season.
That too.
When,
Yeah.
when did it come out? Which day? 18th? Cut out 18th. Okay. Oh, you know Emma Corrin. You see the picture of her? She looks like Tom Hardy's from Star Trek Nemesis as a young Patrick Stewart.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't gotten my tickets yet. I'm gonna get them probably.
I got my tickets like a month ago.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get my tickets closer to probably not this week. Well, yeah, not this week because I'm going out of town, but probably the following week I'll go get them.
Right.
Once I solidify plans and when I'm gonna go see it and all that. I'm probably gonna see it at least 2 or 3 times that weekend. So.
Same. I'm gonna see it twice. Just so I can know for sure it's a good movie. But yeah.
Well, I think you know if it's a good movie by the first time you watch it. What did you think?
I didn't know.
I mean, yeah. Sometimes viewing's like watching a movie twice. Sometimes changes your perspective.
I didn't know Sandman and Juggernaut have the same last name. They do. Kane Marcos, Juggernaut, Flip Marcos, Sandman.
Hold on. You know what? Speaking of Juggernaut, there's so much weird shit in the X-Men comics. Like, I didn't know this, but Juggernaut is not a mutant. I never knew this. For like the longest time. Yeah, he's not a mutant.
Not a mutant, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh shit. He's like some what is he? He's got like the powers of some fucking god or something.
By a gem belonging to a deity. Yeah. I'm on his bio right now.
But I think the weirdest thing of X-Men lore is all the stuff that happens with Sidewalk.
In the animation show? In the animation show, Juggernaut's like the half brother of Professor Xavier.
Well, he is the brother of Xavier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
the
it's part of the
comics.
comics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In the comics, made to play it up. Yeah,
Pretty sure
Psylocke
it
is
is.
messed up in the comics.
Yeah,
She's
he
like,
is. Yeah,
He-
Psylocke makes no fucking sense in the comics. I'm
like,
like, this is another thing I learned recently about like there's two Psylocks and
well, his name was like Quan or
they
something.
had
Kwani?
they switched bodies and
Yeah.
holy shit, like what the fuck was that?
What's
Oh
what's the other
man.
one name? Kwani or something? Quan? What's her name?
Yeah, there's the Asian one and then there's the white one.
The British one, right?
Yeah, or the British one, which I think now they were like, oh, I think
the
they just
Asian one's
made
more popular.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's more popular. That's the one everybody like sees and their costume and stuff. But now I think the British one is she's Captain Britain. I think she's officially Captain Britain, right now at least. Man, I had no clue. The
Comics are
X-Men comics
weird.
were so fucking
Comics are weird.
weird as hell.
They're always doing something weird. Always.
Yeah,
Can
it's
always bet on it.
That is
bizarre as
strange.
hell.
Marco. Marco
Yeah,
Polo.
it seems like it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Ivan News. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up, man.
Which one has the best rack?
Probably
Oh
the British
damn.
one. Probably
Is the one everybody loves. Oh, that's funny as hell.
I mean, it's comics, though. I mean, all the women have, like...
I mean, but this is kind of true though, right? Like,
yeah.
which is the one who has like the most revealing costume? Well, yeah, the most popular one.
Yeah, the Asian Psylocke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one also too from like the Jim Lee era and everything too,
Yes.
and all that stuff. The '90s. I don't know why, but this conversation made me think about. Oh, are we ever gonna see Power Girl in the DCU?
Yeah. That's also another
that's a
character who has a
legitimate
weird
question.
history.
That character does have a weird history too.
Yeah, and it's only just about her boobs on whether or not
That's-
who made her boobs large, and then apparently it was not true, and it's a lot of weird shit.
Well, some writers have like tried to come up with a reason why there's the boob window.
Yeah,
like,
that
some
too.
giving
Yes.
it like
Yeah.
a some gave it like a tragic backstory, and some people like tried like making like an emotional thing.
People just want fan cat Sydney Sweeney for that role. That's all they want. It's her to be Power
Oh
Girl.
man,
Or
Power
Black
Girl.
Cat, right? Like something like that.
I mean, Black Cat would be kind of interesting, but
he's-
I don't know if they'll do that.
Yeah. Well, apparently, the casting calls, the casting sheets for Supergirl have gone out, and apparently, Jason Momoa is listed on there for a bounty hunter character. That's pretty much Lobo. So that's pretty.
Yeah, we
seem like
talked
that's-
about that.
Yeah, it does seem like that's about to happen. Probably we'll get an announcement by the end of the year.
The thing is, if it's a casting sheet and it says Jason Momoa, I've mentioned this. They do this a lot where they would put an actor's name.
Yeah,
because they're looking for a type. Yeah, right.
That is true. But where there's smoke, there's fire.
Right.
It
Yeah.
just seems like this is where we're heading.
DC cooking while Marvel's cooking burgers from McDonald's.
I think at this point, Marvel they make a good meal and then they burn the next one. And then they they alternate between.
Well, like I said, it's what I've been saying for like the last month. But just put this on a hashtag or a T-shirt. We just got to get to Fantastic Four. Like after
that's
Deadpool,
a long way.
After
That's
Deadpool,
a long.
That's a long
I know.
way. Because in
Deadpool-
between that is Brave New World and Thunderbolts.
I know.
In between that, we might be getting burnt meals after burnt meals.
But
so
again, once we get to Fantastic Four, it's smooth sailing from there. Because by that point, everything coming out will be post the changes that they're making.
well, I mean,
Post.
there might be a
Well,
meal
actually-
that is skipped.
Actually,
You might not
hold
even
on,
get a
Blinded.
burnt meal.
Actually, Blinded. Here's what we're gonna get. Yo, Aaron, did you ever hear Charles Barkley rant about the cold nachos that the Phoenix Suns would serve? That's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get cold nachos, and we're not gonna get anything good on them.
Damn.
Well, Marvel.
Yo, the cheese is gonna be cold. They're gonna put pickles on the nachos.
It should be Marvel.
But I am serious though. Like once we get to Fantastic Four, that'll be the point where I think things will have changed. Things will have, we'll start seeing it reflected in the projects.
I mean, good
everything
Lord,
coming
Blade.
out.
I just
everything
think-
coming out
Oh,
before
good Lord,
Fantastic-
Blade has become the
honestly-
Flash at this point. It keeps
Well, what I'm
getting,
saying, though, is
keeps
everything
getting
coming
delayed
out-
and rewritten.
everything coming out before Fantastic Four are leftovers of the Bob Chapek era. Everything
Yeah.
post Fantastic Four is like Bob Iger controlled Marvel.
Yeah,
right?
that's because
That don't give me much hope.
That's because
Yeah, I don't know about
that
that
Variety
stuff,
article. I forget what it was about.
We still have Captain America to go through,
That
which
Variety article.
Blinded. Blade has become the new Flash. It keeps getting delayed and going through several rewrites.
2 shows, 2 movies.
How
Like,
long
2
until
movies a
Muschietti
year.
directs Blade?
So it gives
Oh,
him more
man.
time. It gives him more time to focus on projects for the following years.
Yeah, I think again, once we get to Comic-Con, I think we're gonna see somewhat restructured. I think they're gonna kind of talk about.
They have to announce some Phase 6 projects that.
Yeah, they'll be announcing some Phase 6 stuff, and I think it's gonna be lean and mean. I think they're gonna update us in the Avengers movies too.
Avengers movies, yeah.
well, now there's another rumor about who's gonna direct Avengers 5 and 6.
I thought it was Sean Levy.
No, now it's the guys
It's
who are
Russos!
who did the Loki season 2 and Daredevil.
They're gonna hire.
I can't remember.
They're gonna hire TV directors.
That's what I mean. Marvel,
Well, the
yeah,
thing is,
Marvel
it makes
keeps
sense
putting
because one of the reasons why the Russo brothers worked out so well is because there's 2 of them, and so it's one of them can focus on the movie and they could still have the same vision, right? Because they're communicating. So I think it's better if they do have like a director duo than just like one director.
Sam Raimi. They're doing a lot of this multiverse stuff. Just have those 2 of them.
Yeah, but I don't know that they're gonna have to communicate with each other on that.
But the thing is,
You're really making a part 1 and 2 kind of movie.
because Sam Raimi and Sean
No.
Raimi-
From what we're hearing about Avengers 5, like the last thing we heard about that was that they wanted that to be a smaller scale film.
Yeah.
It's still a movie that's gonna inevitably lead into another big Avengers movie. I mean,
well, yes,
both.
it is, but it's not. It's more like the prologue to the actual bigger Avengers movie.
Right, but I mean that's what Infinity War is to Endgame. You're leading into the other. And the way they positioned it was, I mean, remember the Kang Dynasty was supposed to come out first, and then 6 months after, it was like a very short window we were going to get Secret Wars.
It was.
Yeah,
like a
but
Matrix Reloaded,
saying is,
Matrix Revolution situation.
I think these Avengers movies have changed substantially. Is what I'm getting at.
Superman's gonna be more polarizing than Fantastic Four.
I mean, I don't see why. I mean, I feel like it is going to be more focused on Secret Wars because, I mean, what is the point of this multiverse saga? I mean, we really only have like what? I want to say 4 projects that's really about the multiverse. Maybe 5 if we're counting the Marvels.
Wars. I would not be shocked if like Avengers 5 is a standalone Avengers film, and then we get to Secret Wars, and that's a 2-part film. Would not shock me whatsoever that becomes a 2-part film. I don't.
That's going to leave us into 2030 then.
I know, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, by that
like
time,
I said, the schedule for Comic-Con comes out tomorrow. So we're gonna know a lot. We're gonna know a lot by tomorrow.
DC, please be.
Yeah, we'll know who's having panels and who's not.
James Gunn says he's not gonna be there. I don't believe him for a second.
I don't think they're going to be there. I think they're going to show
DC will
Creature
be there.
Commandos and.
No, I think DC will. Hey, you want to counter Marvel? Go there. Counter each other. Have fun with competition, man. Have
They
fun.
don't need. I don't think they need a counter Marvel.
Yeah, they do. Counter
No, they
Batman.
don't. Because
Batman-
if Superman
Batman-
is better than everything Marvel puts out next year, who cares?
You know what counter? Even though they're not going to do it. Casting of a Batman for DC would destroy everything Marvel has.
Yeah, but that's not.
It's not happening.
That's like 2 years away at least.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen anytime soon.
I mean, like 2023. I wonder if the Superman stuff would probably destroy Marvel's presentation.
Yeah. By the way, I never crapped on Fantastic Four. The only thing I crapped on was that I wasn't for sure about the Pedro Pascal casting as Reed. But the more that we've seen from the movie, I feel a little bit better about what we're seeing and what we're getting from it.
I'm fine with Patrick Pascal. He's a great actor. I seen him.
Yeah,
do-
I always said when the casting came out that the casting was probably the best casting Marvel's done in quite some time.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, I'm warming up to Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. Like I said, I don't hate
my
it.
worry though.
But
my worry.
what gets me excited about the movie is what they're promising, what we're getting from it. Being set in an alternate universe, being set in the 1960s, having roots in the more comedic aspects of the original comics, having Galactus in there, having the Future Foundation, having Reed and Sue's kids be a major part of the movie. Like everything on paper sounds very exciting. What I want from it.
I have to see Joseph Quinn like in Gladiator first. That's the only thing we've seen him in is like Stranger Things, and that's about like 2 years ago. So he's gonna be in Patrick Pascal.
Well, he's
right?
in
Gladiator.
He's in a
well,
quiet
he's
place.
in A Quiet Place, yeah.
Oh, Quiet Place.
Yeah,
but
Gladiator
he
too.
is. I want to see his chemistry with Patrick Pascal and Gladiator, because they're both in Gladiator too.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
they are. They
yeah.
are.
Joseph Quinn's the villain in Gladiator too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the villain.
But I think we got a good. I mean, with Stranger Things, I think we got a good enough kind of idea of what
he
he
looks
could
like
do
a
for
young,
Johnny at
His
least.
face looks like a young Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, someone made was this Grace Randolph actually?
Yeah.
Who said this? They said that he looks like Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland combined.
No.
Oh gosh.
I'm like, yeah, I could see that, but I mean, he's obviously gonna look better in the movie, makeup and
Millie Bobby
hairstyling.
Brown. Millie Bobby Brown's doing well in Hollywood. Like he's a major star in Hollywood. Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
The other kid who's just a Ghostbusters is in a lot of movies.
Yeah, but not that other kid who seems like he's getting canceled every single fucking day.
And
What's that guy's name?
Nolan Schaff, yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
But yeah, there's other. I don't see the other kid with the hair and the hat. What's his name?
Yeah, there's like 3 of them
never
that
seen
I
him in
don't.
anything.
Yes, yeah.
Also, Caleb McLaughlin, is that the black kid? Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't see him in other
think
things
so.
either.
Yeah.
I don't see.
I did.
Because to be honest, like in the show, they're not. I don't know. They're not like that prominent. Like I can't see them anything else but Stranger Things. So I think those guys might have been typecast, but I don't know.
I did see a rumor online get posted earlier today that apparently DC Studios will be at Comic-Con this year, but they're only going to promote Creature Commandos.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What's the point?
Which
Maybe Joker.
I'm okay
Joker.
with that, but I know for a fact that that's the only thing they bring, there's going to be such a backlash.
And probably Joker. They might promote stuff for the Joker.
Well, no,
I mean, why would there be all these people on social media? He's making the movie. Well, he's making a movie and a TV show at the same time, and on top of that too, like all the other stuff like Supergirl and Lanterns. Like, what else is there to show? There's not much to show.
Casting announcements.
The casting for Green Lantern is way too soon. Like maybe the end of the year, early next year. Like that show's probably what 2026.
Probably
Maybe 20, even 27. Yeah, so
is probably
Booster
more likely.
Gold. Booster Gold.
Booster Gold. There was a rumor saying that he already was cast. They're just waiting
Yeah.
to announce it.
yeah. I mean, did they even announce a? Oh yeah, didn't we talk about that actually?
Yeah,
was,
the rumored creators for that show are the people behind the Righteous Gemstones.
Right.
For
Yeah.
HBO.
I mean, I don't think DC should show anything until like Superman comes out and let people be blown away by Superman, and then
come to Comic-Con and do stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
That's my only concern though. Is just like if they don't do anything at Comic-Con next year, they don't get to bring Superman to Comic-Con next year because
No, they don't need to, because then there's gonna be a bunch of other stuff to show. Then we can probably get Lanterns and Supergirl, and I mean, who knows what else, right? So
yeah.
That's
that's just the problem with the release date that they have is that they can't really do much with Superman unless they do it this year.
yeah, I get
Which
that.
I mean, they don't have to bring Superman to Comic-Con. It just would have been nice. It would have maybe helped with the marketing, but it might be too early.
Yeah, well, like maybe they got Peacemaker there. John Cena can announce his retirement from WWE again, at the Comic Con, dedicated to Peacemaker only now.
Yeah, that's another thing too. I wonder when Peacemaker's gonna come out because I
I
mean it
think
is
it's
coming out next
sometime.
year.
I think it's probably fall of 2025. I'm imagining.
You know what's funny?
Right.
You know what's funny?
'Cause
John Cena
it's
announced his
supposed to come out right
retirement.
after Superman. So
John Cena announced his retirement. He's retired, but The Rock never officially retired from wrestling. Never announced his retirement from wrestling.
well, I
ever.
don't
He's
think
never
I don't
going
think
to.
Rock's officially retiring until
No.
until next
He's
year's
gonna-
WrestleMania, or a
he's
little
gonna
bit
retire.
after.
Yeah, and the thing is, now The Rock cannot retire at next year's WrestleMania.
Well,
because
if he retires, it'll be in the Rock after the Rock versus Roman match. That'll be his final match.
Yeah, he can't do it next year because it'd be disrespecting John Cena's retirement. Because John Cena
Yeah, maybe
retired
so.
at
Probably
WrestleMania.
2020. So probably 2026.
Well, John Cena needs to
Mm.
be John Cena needs to be the attraction for the Hall of Fame next year. I don't care. To make it John Cena, it has to be John Cena. Yeah, he's probably focused. He's gonna go full time acting. That's what it is.
We have breaking news.
What?
At midnight, breaking news.
Yeah, we have breaking news.
Oh boy.
It was just announced that Skydance has won the battle. Skydance will own
Oh,
Paramount.
okay.
Did
It
you
says
hear
it's
this?
official. Skydance wins the battle for Paramount Global. The
On a
daily
Sunday night. That's
will
crazy.
acquire Sherry Redstone's national amusements and have voting control over Paramount Global when the deal closes. I'll read
Never
this
know.
quick.
Did you hear who's voicing the next Lara Croft?
Yeah,
Isn't
we
it,
know.
Haley Atwell?
Megan Fox. How do you feel about Megan
Oh
Fox?
God, man.
Wait,
Horrible.
Megan Fox. Where did you hear this?
Video
The heck is this?
Video games.
No,
Really?
that's not true.
Yeah, it's not true. There's no way. But yeah, it
What
says in a
For the
landmark
video
deal that
games,
was
they already have an
negotiated-
actress. What are you talking about?
Crystal Dynamics.
It's a new. They
No.
got a new one. They just got a new actress for the video game.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the last game had a new actress.
Oh, okay.
So why would it be
Yeah,
Megan
the
Fox?
article-
Oh, it's just a rumor.
But yeah, the article.
Oh, it's
just,
No,
yeah,
that's
the article
old
just
rumor.
went up. They're saying that the deal's been closed tonight.
oldness.
So yeah,
Hey,
Skydance will own Paramount.
Hey, that's at least better than Sony. I don't know what Sony would have done with Paramount, so they sounded desperate. But
Well,
I
it's
think
funny
it's not a-
because they walked away from the deal, and then I guess they came back to the table. So
yeah, Sony and Warner Brothers, that was not a good look. Like it's just, I'm glad this went through. I mean, sounds a lot better in my opinion, but I don't know about Megan Fox playing Lara Croft. I mean,
Megan
what the
Fox
hell
would
is
Never. She shouldn't play. She's doing a lot of video gaming, right? Like voice gaming for video games lately.
like what? Look, I'm confused. Like when? What video games has she been in recently?
she's actually been in quite a few. She voiced Sonya Blade in MK11, and then she voiced Natara in MK1.
Huh.
She's done a lot of voice work for NetherRealm for some reason.
That's interesting.
Oh no,
okay, I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
even know that.
I'm sorry. That was Ronda Rousey who voiced Sonya Blade
Sonya.
in MK11.
Oh,
my
oh
bad.
my
Okay.
god. Oh my god. Wanda
Yeah,
Rousey-
sorry. Megan Fox only voiced
Oh.
Natara in MK1. My bad.
I think she voiced the
Okay.
character, not starred as the character. Ugh.
I don't know about Megan Fox voicing Lara Croft. I mean, that new upcoming game, I'm
Haley
I'm
Atwell,
kind of
Haley
skeptical of that game, but I
Yeah,
still want to play it.
Haley Atwell fits because she's done voice
Yeah,
work
she's
already.
yeah.
Which one
Yeah,
is
she's
Haley
pretty
doing?
good
She's
at
doing the animation?
Yeah.
Also,
she's gonna
Megan
voice-
Fox would have to do an accent. I don't know
Yeah,
how
can
that's
she
gonna
do
work.
a British accent?
Oh, probably not. She can't.
Yeah,
she's
I
an
don't know
actor,
about
Megan
that.
Fox.
Yeah, that's asking too much of her.
Yeah, Haley
She can
Atwell.
barely act
That's.
as it is.
I mean, for an animated, show, it's okay, right?
Who's doing the live action? It's still Amazon doing live action, or is it Netflix?
Yeah. No, it's Amazon. Amazon has all the rights to
Oh.
Tomb Raider. They're the one publishing the new game and probably
Actually,
everything else.
I'm gonna be. I didn't mind the 2018 Tomb Raider. I don't think it was a great movie, but I don't think it was a bad movie. I think it was just average.
It was okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't like bad.
I
From
like
what
the
I mean,
action. I mean,
the thing is, I think it should have leaned more into like the gritty stuff, like actually make it a little bit more darker. But I'm sure they couldn't make a rated R Tomb Raider game.
oh
no.
yeah, that when you do the remake, when you play the game, it's very very violent, and those
Yeah,
there's some
it's
deaths.
very
My
brutal, that.
God, Oh
The
my
first game
God.
is yeah, it has more brutality. I think some people were annoyed by it too because it's just like
I
so constant. Where something's stuck
you
in
have to
her and then she's
watch.
got to pull it out. It's like, yeah,
Oh, here we go. Yeah, you have to watch Conan and Brian because Conan and Brian on his show he used to do sometimes video game segments to promote a new video game. Right, it's coming
yes,
out.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I remember those. Some of those were really
yeah,
funny.
Do
Because
you see
some
the
of them
Tomb
he would
Raider
like
one?
hate on the game.
Yeah, do you see the
yeah.
Tomb Raider one?
No, I've never seen the Tomb
You
Raider
gotta
one.
see the Tomb Raider one. See the Tomb Raider. I think
There was
the
one. There was one where he was just crapping all over the game because like it was like an hour of cutscenes and he was sitting there, he couldn't play the game. I
Damn.
forget what game it was now.
There was he did it was a 2013 Tomb Raider one. That one. Oh, blinded. It'll come back. That's just it happens.
I mean, I like that game. I prefer Rise in the new trilogy. I think Rise is the best one. Shadow's really bad in my
You got.
opinion. That was a struggle to get through.
You also gotta do a Conan Brian with God. He did God of War.
Yeah.
Uh,
Didn't he
All
do
right,
stuff
I
with
got a dip,
Kojima?
but I'll catch you guys later.
later,
All right,
RJ. Have
RJ.
a good night.
Peace
Peace.
out, RJ.
What about Kojima?
He did it. Didn't he do an episode with Kojima?
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't think you can watch him.
I
'Cause he'll
think he
make a
did
hit.
because he's in Death Stranding. I'm
What
pretty
year
sure
does Brian
Conan
come out?
O'Brien's in Death
Yeah,
Stranding.
so you might. I can't. I can't watch a whole stream. I think a whole video because that might be a copyright.
Yeah, it's okay, but I'm pretty sure he did. Because there's a lot of people who have cameos in Death Stranding. It's pretty crazy. Like Edgar Wright has a cameo in Death Stranding. It's really random. It's like, whoa, shit.
Wait a minute. He did Starfield?
Oh, he did one on Starfield. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Well, he doesn't have when Starfield came out, he didn't have the show anymore. But I think he still does it. Like,
Because he did
he
one
gets
on
people.
Fallout 4.
Yeah, I
I
think he
remember
still.
that one. That's one I did see.
No, but the thing when Starfield came out last year, he doesn't have a show anymore, late night show. But I think he still does him once in a while because there's a huge fan base, and obviously,
Yeah.
the young people, because I believe the young people don't watch night shows as much as the older people.
Yeah.
Degrassi,
I can't watch those. They're boring as hell.
Degrassi, correct me if I'm not on that. If how young the age that people watch the night shows.
It has to be, I'm going to guess, older than, I would even say maybe older than 30.
It used to be a thing back in in the 90s, 2000s, 80s, 70s, where it was a thing to watch at night. Like Carson, it was or Murph, like it was a thing. It's just not now.
Yeah, but I think the reason now is because,
Because
I mean, first off, when I think,
they're mostly bad.
yeah, I mean, it's not even bad. It's become like not as, I don't want to say edgy because, I mean, back then it's not that it was still kind of commercial, but I also think too, it's just, I don't know, it's a different era, right? Like people don't have cable TV. I mean, a lot of the times people are watching clips of the night
And
shows on YouTube. I mean, what's popular on YouTube when you go on the popular page? It's a
and
lot of
also
night show stuff.
night shows now they're like 11:30 our time, and then you have like the show
Yeah.
after it's like 12:30 our time. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I understand for people on the West Coast because it'd be 3 hours behind us because we're all in the same time zone. So obviously in the West Coast, it'd be 3 hours behind us. But here, like it's late.
Yeah, I think it's definitely it has to have gone down in popularity in terms of actually sitting down and watching it.
And
But I
also,
think
like,
because of, the clips and stuff, and it probably does get a decent amount of rating, but I don't know.
do you want to see the Starfield one? I'm gonna end the stream anyway. You want to watch the Starfield one? 'Cause I didn't see
Nah, nah, I'm okay. Was there one other thing we could talk about? Was there one other thing and then we'll end it?
I saw
Or
the
is that
spoilers for
it?
Deadpool. I'm not gonna say them.
Oh, send it to me.
Okay.
I need to see it.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Well, oh, I mean, I guess, well, this is a comic thing. The DC Ultimate Universe, right, in quotations, right? DC's been working on their own Ultimate Universe, and the first cover got leaked, and it looks really weird. It's Batman. I don't know what the hell's going on with the image, but Batman looks like Bane. Let's put it
Oh
that
my
way.
gosh.
He looks massive.
I just can't help. I just can't help wrap my head around Spider-Man Reign with the fat baby like Kingpin and that guy's daughter Casey.
Yeah, I
Stark.
need to. I'll send you the image. It looks
I
weird.
seen it. I searched it on
Oh,
the
you've seen
Google.
it? Okay,
I was
yeah,
like,
it
I was
looks
like,
weird.
what?
Yeah, he's like this. He's basically like a fat newborn baby. It's scary
I
looking.
was it? Is he
Miles
Boss
Morales looks scary as
Baby?
fuck in
Is he?
that
Is he?
comic too.
Is he evil Boss Baby?
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like he's the villain, but his whole thing is because New York is like a dystopian cyberpunk, and in the first book, they had like this electric. It's almost like a prison too. It's almost like Escape from New York, right? And it's walled off by this electric grid that they called the web. And I think because I don't remember the first comic that well, I just know like the basic things about it. But Venom is also involved, and I'm not sure if he's the one that also like helps create the web that's surrounding New York City.
I'm
But
not putting on a screen.
that comic's weird.
I mean, I could
But
show it.
this Ultimate Batman, or not Ultimate Batman, it's called Absolute Batman. That's the line of comics that are supposed to be like DC's Ultimate Universe. But the logo for this new Batman looks so bad. You know how people make fun of the Dark Knight Returns Batman logo? Like they always say it's like fat
I make
Batman.
fun of that movie a lot, just more than the logo. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, but the logo they say it's like fat Batman. Well, this one is even fatter. Like the bat looks like a rectangle. That's how fat it is. It's just massive. You're like, is that even a bat? It's just like a rectangle with little spikes on it. It's weird. I'm curious of what they're gonna do with this line. I'm curious to see what they do with like Superman and Wonder Woman, but I don't know. The Ultimate line right now, I keep saying it's pretty good. I like it so far. I don't know what other characters they're gonna bring in. I kind of want to see an Ultimate Guardians of the Galaxy because we never saw Guardians in the Ultimate line, at least from what I can remember. A lot of the
By
Ultimate
the way,
characters were weird.
before I go, step to this
Yeah.
channel for me.
Oh, the Shorts channel?
Yeah. Please step to this. I think
Yeah, give it a sub.
I'm trying to make a dedicated shorts channel for all pop culture stuff. Is it in there? Oh yeah, sub. That's some weird stuff. Also, I sent you the Deadpool spoilers. On
On Discord?
yeah.
Yes, you did. Let me see, because
Don't say anything though. Obviously.
oh, I wasn't even, I was on the subreddit, but I didn't see this. Oh, this was 5 days ago. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll end it here.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
read it.
Let me
Okay.
like, share, subscribe, comment below. George, go ahead. Promote.
You can find me at the George. I recently reviewed X-Men Origins Wolverine today, so you can check that out. And I plan to do the Wolverine and Deadpool as the next reviews leading up to Deadpool and Wolverine.
All right, Blinded.
Nice. Yeah, as usual, check out my YouTube and Threads. You know, I don't go on that cesspool app that they call X. No, sir, I do not go on that. Yeah, Scott.
Snyder.
I like Scott Snyder, but
No
kind of wish
relation
he
to
would get
Zach.
away from Batman.
No relation
No.
to Zach.
Obviously, I mean, Scott Snyder's a way better creative individual than
Scott
Zack
Snyder
Snyder.
probably
Yeah.
Scott Snyder probably would direct.
He does have some misses, though. I will say that Batman, what was it, the Last Night on Earth? Bad, boring as hell. But anyway, yeah, go check me out on Threads and YouTube. I'm still working on videos for YouTube, so we'll see when that comes out. And obviously, I mean, for those that care, yes, I'm still working on the second part of Alan Wake.
Alright.
Yeah, and go check out the first one since it's doing really well.
Alright, make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below. Thank you. Have a great night.